Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. As a Cowboys fan, I have been dreaming of this day since Dak Prescott broke his ankle on that wonderful takeoff scramble run, which looked like he did not get hurt at all. I feel like he's Achilles and someone thumped that heel and he just died on me. But it is draft night. We are 30 seconds away from draft time, and it is time. Ben Bishop on one side, Jason on the other. You see my mock draft. You know how I think this is going to go down without trades. However, Ben, the world has gone crazy today. Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. The Patriots are trying to move up. Philadelphia wants to move back up. They want a cornerback to stop the Cowboys. Rumor has the Giants are trying to move up. Carolina wants down. Atlanta wants down. Detroit doesn't know what it wants to do. And the Cowboys, they have to trade down if everybody's off the board. 3 days ago, Ben, they were saying, who's going to draft the quarterback out of Ohio State? How far could he fall? Now there's a chance we're going to have 5 quarterbacks in a row take off the draft, Ben. Tell me what you're seeing.
Well, I see my New York Jets will get a quarterback no matter what.
Who do you want as your second pick in the NFL draft? Because you got 2 top picks.
Yeah. I want them to get Landon Dickerson.
Okay.
I think is his name. He's a center.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know it's not a sexy pick, but the Jets need non-sexy picks.
So
if they took a running back,
no,
I would be happy as well.
No.
I would be happy because it'd be fun. It's fun.
So your second pick is like another first round draft pick.
Yeah. And then they have the second pick in the second round.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
So they have like
to me, as a non-Jets fan, just an outsider looking in, you have the second overall pick. You have the 20-something overall pick.
I think it's 23rd. Yeah.
23rd. You have the 34th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
To me, you can grab a quarterback. I think you should get Alex Leatherwood, left tackle, Alabama. He is
I'm good with him too. Yeah.
And in the second round, go get your playmaker. Get the best player on the board. I actually think
that's when I want them to take the running back is round 2. Right. Mainly because none of the wide receivers are going to be left.
So, man, I don't know.
But
I really think Greg Newsome should be your pick, man. I feel like if you put Greg Newsome on that left side, your defense is right back to where it was. I mean, he's a year away from being a corner.
Yeah, I think they will. But we'll get to several Jets things because I won't shut up about it. But the overall thing, I feel like all those. I just saw an update that says Broncos have an impressive Rodgers offer.
So let's talk about that for a second.
So hold on, the Broncos are involved too because they just traded for Teddy Bridgewater.
And the Broncos are places in which the world is saying that he's going to go. You got to understand, bro. His agent spent 5 days with the leadership in Green Bay, and the whole time the agent is saying, I want an extension, and Green Bay was saying they wanted a reduction because they drafted a quarterback last year.
Yeah, he's been unhappy for a while. It would be almost as huge as Tom Brady playing somewhere else. It would be bigger because it would be a trade.
So you realize, Ben, that right now Trey Lance knows he's going to most likely the Denver Broncos. Or he did 2 hours ago. Now,
I don't know.
You could have Aaron Rodgers go to Denver. Let's say there's some way they keep that first round pick.
The Broncos would be so lucky that they get late Peyton Manning, get a Super Bowl. They suck for 3 years or whatever, and then they get Aaron Rodgers. That's not fair.
If I'm the Broncos, the number 9 pick is not on the board. You can have whatever you want, but I'm not losing my number 9 overall pick. Because can you imagine them with Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts going where?
To Denver with Aaron Rodgers.
That's not going to be possible because part of the trade is going to have to be that number 1 pick.
If I'm Denver, I'm not losing my number 9 overall pick. It's not my fault you can't keep your quarterback.
I completely am on board. However, I don't see the Packers trading Aaron Rodgers away.
The Packers
For
would
not a
not
number
have been
one.
Sharon telling Aaron Rodgers to take less than $20 million if he was the starting quarterback.
What's up?
The Packers would not have wanted Aaron Rodgers to take less than $20 million if he was their starting quarterback next year. I think that they're seeing that rookie, his first-year player, throwing that rock around, and they say there's not a big enough difference between the rookie and Aaron Rodgers, or first-year player and Aaron Rodgers. I'm paying the first-year player. I can't remember his name. I don't remember his name right now. Something Love. I'm paying him less than $1 million a year. I'm paying Aaron Rodgers $31 million this year. If I get rid of Aaron Rodgers, I've got $30 million to play with. I can make the extra money up.
Yeah.
Because I've been talking too much. I got to look up his name. I feel bad.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the whole sit for 2 years doesn't happen anymore, man. You know that as well as anybody else does. You got to make money while the sun shines. And
yeah,
I mean, there was a big push in the Cowboys camp to let Dak Prescott go, just because a $400,000 a year quarterback is worth one or two more stars. And is your quarterback good enough to win without two other playmakers you could have on your roster? And that's the question everybody's got to ask themselves. And I think that's why you're seeing this big push of like the Patriots, these major teams, not trying to get quality starters, but going out to get a young player who might not be as good right now, but is super cheap, and you can go do great things with it.
Well, speaking of that, the Patriots are also rumored to be trying to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo.
They are.
I would be fine with that.
Bro, what a crazy, crazy year, period. I mean,
I would be definitely fine with that. I'm naturally not a Patriots fan, and I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is very good. So I would be happy for them to take him.
You know how funny it would be, man. We've been hearing this whole time about them moving up, all the crazy. What if they traded a third-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, stayed back, drafted a quality player, didn't move up, and just totally tossed everybody? Because everybody, including me, knows they're going to trade up. That's just been a conversation across the board. And the funny part, man, is when this video is aired and viewed for the first time, they're going to know the answer to these questions.
Yeah. And we'll look like fools.
Yeah. So speaking of fools, man, let's just run through it. We all know Trevor Lawrence is going number 1. Who do you want the Jets to take number 2? I assume that it's pretty much out there, but go ahead.
Everyone says that it's going to be Zach Wilson. I would be fine with him or Justin Fields. I'm not completely as on board with Trey Lance because it says he'll take a little bit longer. And Mac Jones, it seems like some pretty fake hype from San Fran, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, so hold on. Let's just stick to that just 1 second. How much does it matter that your quarterback can win national championships in college? And that's what it comes down to, right? Like, that's what it comes down to.
I don't think it counts very much, especially if we're talking about Alabama, because they have a whole team.
They do. Yeah,
they have a whole team. And there has not been a successful quarterback from Alabama. I don't know for how long.
He's on Miami right now, bro. Tua.
I know, but he's not successful.
Well, he's in the NFL.
I know. He's only played like half a year, so he doesn't count yet.
Bro.
The last one was AJ McCarron, who was a great backup off and on, but that's it.
Philadelphia has the other quarterback on their team.
Oh, am I? Nuh-uh.
Yeah. He transferred to Oklahoma, played 1 year, went to the NFL.
Oh, okay. See, I don't follow as much.
Oh, so basically,
I don't follow college. All I knew is that he didn't come straight from there.
What is his freaking name? I just lost his name.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. They were literally playing, okay, Jalen, you play the first half. Tua, you got the second half the whole year. So then Tua stays in Alabama. The other kid goes to Oklahoma. He wins the Heisman, but doesn't win the championship. Yeah. And they both get drafted in the NFL. The funny part
his
little brother went to Alabama, didn't get the start, And Saban thought he would do the same thing as his big brother. Nope, he transfers out. Both players do. Mac Jones leaves. And now Alabama, who's had like 10 5-star quarterbacks, is looking for a quarterback. Funniest thing in the world, man.
But it doesn't matter because, like I said, they just they have the system and the school and everything, and they always have a full team.
They do. They do. They do.
What was it? A couple of years ago, they had these two guys that are going in the draft this year, and Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs.
And if you think about that wide receiver room, it is sick.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say it right now, that's why I'm not a college expert. I don't watch college because odds are Alabama wins it, and to me that's kind of boring. So, anyways,
let's talk about quarterbacks. Let's talk about quarterbacks. All right, so I have ESPN's top 20 quarterbacks.
Okay.
I normally wouldn't go deep to 20, but this year's stupid, right?
It's very stupid.
Like, we know Trevor Lawrence is going. We know Justin Fields is going. We know Zach Williams is going. Wilson, I'm so sorry. Matt, as you said, Mac Jones went from number 7 to number 4 without playing a single snap and without having a combine. I don't understand it. But also, man, look, I am a college football guy, through and through. I don't understand, no offense, Trey Lance, but how are you the number 4 quarterback in the country and you couldn't get a Division I offer? So you couldn't play at Arkansas State University, but you're the 4th best quarterback coming out of college football. That doesn't make any sense to me.
That's another big part of it too, is how good are the players that are coming from small teams?
And we question it all the time.
It's not a real accurate representation. Is it Zach Wilson that didn't throw a single interception in his college career?
It might be. I think it's Trey Lance. But Zach Williams the same boat, man. He played at Birmingham Young University in the Pac-12, not Pac-12. I'm sorry, whatever it is, not a Power 5 conference.
Yeah.
So that's the frustrating. Then you have Mac Jones, who has literally only played, I think it was 20 games out of 3 years that was not against a top 25 opponent. They said he's already thrown against X number of NFL cornerbacks already. I don't remember the number was, but it was stupid. And I think that's what's driven it up, is they were like, hey, this guy's already played against half the young guns in the NFL, and he's done this. But to your point, Ben, he's thrown to half the NFL wide receivers too.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Alabama for a second, bro. Quarterback, number 4 overall. Najee Harris, number 1. Wide receiver, number 1, 3. 1 and 3. I think there's more. Just I only did the top 20. Fullback, number 6. I mean, it's dumb. It is dumb. But anyways, I digress. So anyways, Trey Lance, number 5. David Mills out of Stanford, number 6. Kyle Trask out of Florida. Kevin Mond out of A&M. So the trend here, a bunch of SEC schools. Jamie Newman. Jamie Newman is a funny story, bro. He got fired at Georgia. Couldn't start. Transfers to Wake Forest, wins 10 games, number 9 overall quarterback. How good is Georgia's quarterback if the number 9 overall quarterback in the NFL draft couldn't start?
Yeah.
Yeah. Felipe Franks, Arkansas, is number 10. Sam Ellinger from Texas. I've even heard rumors, man, that Ian Brock, number 13, Notre Dame, maybe even Zach Smith out of Tulsa, number 14, might get drafted. We could have 14 quarterbacks off the board in this draft bin. So I went to 20 just because, heck, who knows? It's just
I feel
crazy.
you.
It's just crazy, man. So it's funny, man. So Arkansas won 3 games this year in college football, and yet their quarterback and running back are both listed in the top 15 at their position. To just tell you how crazy a year it is. You have this much NFL talent and only win 3 games.
Well, because of of course, COVID. The whole thing of like how talented people are and everyone's lists. I don't know if it's the best year for evaluations either.
It isn't. You're right, because at no point have we lined these guys up against each other to find out, hey man, let's see how good you really are.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be the reason why a Mac Jones has risen to the top because we have seen him play against the Clemsons. We've seen him play against the greatest talent in college football, where Shane Buccelli from Southern Miss University, he could be the best quarterback on the board. But heck, man, he's never stood up and got measured at the tape at the NFL Combine. We don't know how good he is.
Mm-hmm.
Or Zach Thomas, Appalachian State University. Who freaking knows? No, he's not the best quarterback on the board. But
No.
my point is you're right.
Well, we all know who the best quarterback on the board is.
It's
It's really
Trevor.
like number 2 is the one up for grabs.
So it's funny you mentioned that, man. Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones have played each other twice. They both won one. This is not going to be the end. Those men are going to play against each other over and over again, hopefully for a long time in the NFL.
Yeah.
But you're right. We all know who number 1 is. Interesting positions to look at. We know there's wide receivers after Wazoo, man. We could see 7 wide receivers off the board in the first round. Easy.
Yeah, it would be quite a push, but yeah.
I think Terrence Marshall goes to Tampa Bay, the last pick in the first round, to just once again give Tom Brady all the weapons.
Maybe and maybe not, because they did just re-sign Antonio Brown.
That's true. That is true.
So they may not be in the market for another one.
Offensive
which
line.
they can then. Yeah, that's what I figured it would be.
Who do you like, man? Who do you like? Penei Sewell, Rashad Slater, Christian Darrisaw. All left tackles. Do you have a favorite?
I would lean Penei, which, I mean, that's what I think most people are leaning. From the analysis that I read, it sounds like that he is more NFL ready.
Yes.
So I don't have a whole lot to talk about when it comes to linemen.
All right.
So yeah, I mean that would be great.
So Landon Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama, ironically, right?
Right. Yeah.
Ironically.
I know, but he's a sinner, and there's not very many good sinners.
No, I just thought it was interesting because also Trevor Lawrence's hair is longer than his girlfriend's. Just throwing it out there.
I tried to get my hair as close to Trevor Lawrence as I could.
You should. It looks. Oh man, Trevor. Hey, Trevor. That's pretty good. He doesn't have your facial hair. He's trying. He just can't grow. He's too young.
I don't have his chin.
Well, actually, he has like 4 little hairs on his chin.
They just showed him.
We have 8 minutes and 18 seconds left before the Jaguars have to pick. What are they talking about right now? What they're going to eat for dinner?
It frustrates me so much. I know it's just for ad time and to fill up space and everything, but like everyone has known what this pick was going to be for like a year.
Yeah, because if you called them right now and you offered them the franchise, even the secretary, they would say no. Like, I don't care who's asking, we're not interested.
Yeah. The top 2 picks at least should already be filled out and delivered, because they're going to pick Trevor Lawrence, so the Jets should already know who they're going to pick.
So, let's talk about cornerbacks for a second, because this is another one, man. This could get interesting really fast. J.C. Horn, you're talking about players that just move up and there's no rhyme or reason behind it.
Yeah, he's been going up a lot.
He opted out after the Auburn game, week 4 or 5 of college football. Hasn't played since Dak Prescott has. And yet, magically, this guy went from 3rd to 1st.
Yeah.
We've watched Patrick Surtain start at Alabama since he was a freshman. He doesn't get thrown to. He hasn't been thrown to for 2 years because he's by far the best cornerback in the draft. He's been the best.
Yeah, it's that whole
years.
It's that whole Revis stat.
Yes.
Because like Revis had like a ton of interceptions, and all of a sudden, oh no one throws to him.
Right. Greg Newsome, Northwestern, has moved to number 3. So, are you tracking Caleb Farley?
I know that he's next in the list.
Caleb Farley is by far the number 1 cornerback in this draft. There's no question. He has more interceptions, pass breakups, gives up less catching percentages, all the stats you want, and all the intangibles, fast, tall, everything. But He just had his second back surgery at 22 years old. So he went from
Yeah.
the number 1 pick to 4, and I think he should be below Asante Samuel. I just Asante Samuel Jr. he's not 6'2". I think he's about 5'9", 5'10". But
Sure.
if he was 6'1", he'd be the first overall pick. Him and Satan would be right there.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, from what I was looking at, there are a ton of teams that need cornerbacks.
Yes. And I think we're going to see a run on them fast.
And hopefully these guys are actually all good this year, because there's always a plethora of cornerbacks. There's never a great shortage of it, but they're not always very good.
So Asante Samuels to me is the last cornerback defensive.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah. Are you screen sharing?
Yeah. Do you want me to get it? Okay.
Real TV guy.
It just started raining. One of our cats is outside.
Oh, McGrady.
That'd be fine. There's a porch for him to hang out under.
Okay, good. So after Asante Samuels, it's a real big drop off. So
yeah, I don't. Those should. I assume maybe I just learned the top 5 names, but if there's not a 6th guy, that makes sense too.
Tyson Campbell did really good against. He's Georgia's number 1 cornerback, so he played against Alabama 3 years in a row. He's a solid corner, but not. I'm just saying you don't want Tyson Campbell over anybody in the top 5.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why we're seeing all these teams trying to jockey up, because yeah, it's a fight. It is kind of funny that South Carolina has 1 cornerback, Alabama has 1 cornerback, Northwestern has 1 corner, Virginia Tech 1 corner in the top 10, Florida State same way, Georgia 6 and 8, 6 and 9. I'm sorry. Neither one of them you want over the top 5, but you couldn't pick on either one of them in college.
Yeah.
Which might be the reason why they're 6 and 8 and not like 1 and number 3 and 1 not existing. Well, Ben, let's pause and come back with the pick. I think we've hit this pretty hard. It's time to see what the Jags are going to do.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. All right, pick is in. You want to screen share and show us who it's going to be? I think we all know, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Here
so
we
they were
go.
making a joke a second ago about, hey, if we're lucky, if Trevor Lawrence can play every snap, he has a chance to break Peyton Manning's record for most interceptions first year as a quarterback. They're really leading into it hard, like some awesome record. No. Possible to break every failure record. Of course, I believe my boy Troy Aikman is the only one that's ever gone 1-15, 1-16 as a starter.
Really?
That's it. First quarter.
That's very surprising.
1-15. Yeah, 1-15.
Huh.
This year, someone can go 1-16 with 17 games.
Yep, it's all changed. Everything's going to be hard to map out and predict. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, is 2,000 rushing yards just going to be a norm now?
Yeah, I mean,
for somebody.
not quite, but yeah, it'll be very common.
I mean, oh my goodness, who's the Titans running back?
Derrick Henry.
He had like massive yards last year.
Yeah, he'll do it a lot now.
Yeah. He's like, 200 yards a game. Welcome to Wednesday, guys. Now here we go. I know it's a shocking moment right now. Everybody's surprised.
I couldn't figure it out. Did they pick that woman out of the audience to read it? Is that what's happening?
I have no idea.
That's what it looked like. They were gesturing at the chair for a long time, and then she came out of the crowd. But anyways.
We're all surprised to know Trevor Lawrence, Clemson. That would be really funny if they didn't pick him. They were just like, Mac Jones, Alabama.
Well, there it is now. Finally. What we've all been waiting for a year.
Probably more like 2, but yes. The Jaguars But now the difficult part comes for the Jaguars, putting the team around him.
Yeah, they have a couple pretty decent wide receivers. I love their running back, which they got for a huge value. He was either a really late round or undrafted.
Yeah, they need
The rest of the team is
look. If they went, you can unshare. If they went
sure.
if they went like 4 straight offensive line picks, I'm not sure anybody would even be mad. Like I know they have other holes to fill, but keeping that man upright is the primary thing to do right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be all the rest of their picks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
what just happened? Oh. I'm sorry. They're reviewing the Sam Darnold trade. I thought the Jets just traded the second overall pick. I was like, what is going on? You know the screen share again. Everybody's hugging Zach Wilson. He just got off the phone. Zach Wilson just hung up the phone. His mama hugged him. His girlfriend is tightening his tie up. It looks like he just got that official. By the way, his girlfriend is pretty and all, but you would think he could have done better. Just throwing it out there. Maybe not. Still clicking. 5 minutes to the next pick. I'm going to go off topic. I'm just like all these other guys going off topic. I just met a woman today who was an Olympic. She is an Olympic gold medalist in volleyball, but she actually was on the volleyball team at BYU, which is important. That's where Zach Wilson played at. Before they closed the volleyball, she went undefeated, and then they turned off volleyball, so there's no money. Which is really funny. She ended up at Kansas and played 2 years at Kansas before signing with the international team here in Terceira, Portugal. And little Terceira, population like 35,000 people, won the women's gold medal for the Olympics. I don't know what classification. I did not even realize that what we watch on television is not the only Olympic Games. I did not know that.
Sure, yeah.
So she is she's a big time volleyball coach here on the island, and Ashley is one of my friends here. She works as my contracting agent, but
nice.
She is a very I don't know how to say it. She's like 6'2". I think she's the only woman that you could look at and say like, wow, 240 pounds looks really good on you. That's amazing. Like she is an Amazon of a person.
Like, does she watch your show?
Hope not. Actually, I don't mean you're not attractive. You are a beautiful woman. She is just strong. She is just huge. I'd never stood close to her until the other day. We're doing a site visit here in about 6 hours because it's 1 a.m. here. And
oh shit.
Yeah. We sat down, we were talking, and I realized that she was like leaning on the table. And I was like, come on, lady, what are you doing? Then I realized that she was leaning and I was standing straight up and we were eye to eye. And I'm talking about, she is like, and I was like, oh my goodness, 6'2", damn. So later on, man, like she grabbed something from me and I was like, hey, watch out. It's a little heavy. Like I was carrying like 4 chairs. And I was like, what? And she was like, oh yeah, I play center. I spike a lot, blah, blah. So later on, when it was just us, I was like, you seem awful strong. It's like, oh yeah, I benched like 260. I'm like, what the donkeys?
Damn.
Yeah, she's a yeah, and it's really funny, man. I thought she was in high heels. She wears fake high heels.
Yeah.
You got to check these things out. They're actually flats. They look like high heels because she's like in high heels. I'm 6'6", and nobody wants that. So it's, anyways, interesting that Zach Wilson, BYU. I'm sure they actually know each other. That was her joke. Is that he becomes a Hall of Famer. She knows him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know if he knows me, but I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the new quarterback. Are you excited? Is this who you wanted? This is your moment.
Well, since the pick is in, I have to get ready.
Yeah. Oh shoot! No, just kidding. Oh man,
Got I'm a Revis.
Woo! The New Jersey Jets.
Oh yeah.
I will never call them the New York Jets because their corporate office is in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So they are the New Jersey Nets to me, and they play in New Jersey, which is really funny that they are the New York Jets.
The Giants play in New Jersey too.
It's true. That's true. That's not important in this conversation. Do you know why they play in New Jersey?
Nope.
Because the tax rate is 15% less than in New York.
That makes sense.
By having their corporate office in New Jersey, they get to pay the players 15% difference. It
Sure.
was a big deal
makes
that the
sense.
Giants moved across the street too. That
Yeah.
was like, yeah. New Jersey talk, all us New Jerseyans, my 18 months there.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's right. You're a big time expert.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I heard all the smack talk. All right, man. So pick is in. I'm thrilled with the pick. I liked Sam Darnold. I just knew that he didn't fit there.
I liked him so much, but his bridge had been burned for so long.
It had been. And
pick that like in. they couldn't keep it. I mean him. They just couldn't keep him.
Screen share.
Oh right. Strip.
He's patting the old boy down on the recliner. Congratulations. Here we go. Roger Goodell. Hey, is it just me, man? I'm so thrilled. Roger Goodell, man, gets
yes.
He gets to hug players. Here it is. I'm just
another so baby.
Excited. Man, I'm just so excited for normalcy, man. Like these guys, I know they all got their vaccine. I'm just so thrilled we can have like a normal NFL draft. The CDC coming up big saying if you've been vaccinated, go enjoy your groups with other vaccinated people. Man, I'm not trying to talk about this on this. I'm just so happy to have like a normal event, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's what I'm talking about, man. High five your fans.
Yes.
Tell them, yeah.
Yes.
Big hugs. Give him that hug, man. Put your hands on it right. There it is. I feel like he just hugged America right there, man. Life is better, man. Life is better. 7 months, baby. 7 months. Hey, so there's the pick is in. We're gonna come right back, you guys. Jump on what we think San Francisco's going to do. Hang out. We'll be back in 1 second with commercial. All right, Ben, what you got? Oh, there's none. I don't have any on this island. How's it taste? Talk me through the oh, wow, 2 liter.
It'll take me a second.
Yeah.
I can't hold it up the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I made a mess.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That is what I'm talking about. Whoa, what just happened? Holy crap, donkey, the Dolphins just traded up. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They're recapping a trade. They keep doing that. They keep irritating me. No, they didn't. Oh man, I'm sorry. I thought
there's no way that would happen because that's how San Fran got here.
Yeah. They were flipping. I'm sorry. Well, they showed San Francisco cheering, and then they popped up the trade, and I was like, "What just happened? Y'all traded to get there." I'm not good at this. It's the second time that they got me. Kind of failing. I appreciate you. How'd it taste, man? Talk me through it. I haven't had a sip of it in a month.
You haven't had it in a month?
They don't have any. We're completely out of Dr. Pepper.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry that I brought it.
That's
I'll drink beer here in a minute, and you won't have to worry about it.
I actually was gonna bring beer, but I forgot
it. I have to clean up a mess now.
Hey,
I'm sorry. No, wait. That's still Zach.
49ers are in. 49ers are up. And I'm going to say it's going to be Mac Jones, but I don't have any idea at this point.
I'm saying it's not Mac Jones, and the whole thing has been a smokescreen. So I think that's more fun.
That's a good one. And if they're going to keep their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, you could have any of the top players, period. Of course, they traded up and gave away the farm. So we know they're
I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're keeping Jimmy. Oh, I got a cat.
You got a cat. See, they popped that up and it Totally blew my mind.
Oh
Totally
yeah.
blew my mind. I messed up. You don't realize how hard it is to do all this stuff. I mean, like, there's no, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
hey,
this is Maestro. Sorry, people get mad when you don't introduce what your cat.
cat.
What's up?
So it appears that the Patriots will trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. Reports
Yeah.
come in at any time as soon as this is official.
Well, my phone is faster than this is, and I already know who this pick is, and I can't believe it.
My phone is not faster.
I have an app called Sleeper Bot. It's for fantasy football, but it gives me a lot of updates on football as well.
Nice. 49er Nation is going crazy. They're all standing there going excited. Whoa!
Yeah, see?
Trey Lance.
Yep. Did not at all expect that.
That isn't that's
My board is broken. He should be thrilled.
So I have two problems with Trey Lance.
Because yep. I knew you were gonna do that, Maestro. I knew
What
it.
is wrong with his socks? And what is wrong with his pants? Those are two things.
New fashion, man.
Did you show your ankles?
Yep, that's coming back. I'm not. It's not for me, but it's coming back. And
I just want to say I just bought these pants. I'm not sure if you can tell. Hold on.
I cannot see your ankle.
You can't even see my foot.
Nope, not at all.
So long. So that's cool, man. America's now showing off ankles, and Europe is now covering up past their foot. I think it's funny, man. Give it 6 months.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I've never been ahead of fashion, man. Cause I've never been in Europe before. But that's not how they're doing stuff here. It's crazy. Crazy.
So Trey Lance should be thrilled because, of course, early picks usually go to shitty teams. Sorry, bad teams. You guys don't cuss in your pod. And they just happen to be bad this year. So he actually gets to be on a good team. Where, our last two picks, not as good.
Okay. What's Atlanta going to do? I'm not trying to jump off this. Great job, proud of Trey Lance for blah, but
if it was me, I would draft Kyle Pitts. They say that he is like the best tight end since Tony Gonzalez.
Best pass catcher in this draft.
Yeah, like I would do that. I would either draft Pitts or trade back.
Are they going to trade back?
I don't think so. I think we already have known.
So when I woke up, they were discussing. Oh, yeah, okay, 49ers. They were discussing trading back with Philadelphia or the Patriots. Of course, the Saints are getting them too.
I don't know why Philadelphia would be trading up.
They want a corner, and they know that
they can wait.
Well, they know that Dallas and the Giants and Atlanta all want cornerbacks.
Well, Atlanta's not going to take a cornerback here.
Not Atlanta. I'm sorry, the Broncos.
Oh, Broncos probably. Well, the Broncos might. They are run by Vangio, so who knows?
They do need a corner. We'll see.
Yeah, they do. But we listed 5 guys that are great.
Right. Yeah, you're right. So Zach Wilson, BYU, and now Trey Lance. So 3 straight QBs.
Yeah. It's nuts.
So I'm torn, bro, because I'm trying to decide, man, what would I do here? If I couldn't trade back, I think I'm still drafting Penei Sewell, man.
For the Falcons?
Yeah, he's gonna be your left
Well,
tackle for the next 10 years.
that would really anger the Bengals.
He played left guard his freshman year. He played left tackle his second and third year at Oregon. He can play all 5 positions.
Well, let's see. So everyone's saying the Bengals are going to take
Jamar Chase, LSU.
Sewell.
No,
The Bengals.
Yeah, Jamar Chase, LSU.
Oh, everything I've seen says that
Oh.
Chase isn't going until the Dolphins.
No, I don't know. Basically, he and Burrow have played 3 years together. And
Either way, if
Either
that's gonna be
way.
the Nets pick, being a wide receiver. So I mean, if you think that Atlanta wants an offensive lineman, then who would be the next person to take an offensive lineman?
I think Carolina should, personally. That's not
Lions?
what you're asking me. I don't know. I think that if I was stuck drafting here, I would draft an offensive lineman because I get 8 to 10 years out of him. With a tight end,
That's how I. Well, but I mean, I was gonna say that's why I would take the tight end, because you usually get like 8 years.
And you could, but if I'm Atlanta, man, I don't have an 8-year window here.
Yeah, but they didn't have a. Did they have a bad line last year?
Only have a bad line, but you cannot go bad at offensive line. Not when you can play all positions. They have great pass catchers as it is.
Yeah.
They have all the offensive weapons. I'm sure they're mad this is not a strong defensive draft.
Yeah.
So pick is in. The Falcons are going to pick. And I think you're right, man. I think we're going to see Pitts come off the board here.
Yes, yeah, since they didn't trade, that's
Yeah.
what I would think. Oh, embarrassing. Give me a second.
No problem. Pick is in, not a problem. He's not walking the mic. He's got time. I think Kyle Pitts is a pick here. It is kind of funny. I mean, it's interesting that a tight end is going to be drafted this high, because we don't really think of tight ends as being that valuable in this new NFL where we're running 4 or 5 wide receivers and going crazy.
Yeah.
And
well, but you know,
all the
when they're good.
I mean, Atlanta Power said, "Hey man, who needs defense? Team 50 burger, baby. We're gonna score on everybody." I can't believe it. All right, here we go. We're at the podium. Atlanta Falcons draft with the 4th overall pick. Ben already knows because he got the text message with the rest of us.
I'm trying.
Kyle Pitts, tight end.
There it is. Kyle Pitts.
Pitts, tight end, Florida. All that talk about him falling to Dallas at number 10, you just throw it out the window.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to make it that long.
The only way that could have happened is if somebody traded up with Atlanta to put quarterbacks in front.
Oh, I like his suit. You see that stripe in the shoulder? I mean, the elbow pads?
I didn't see. He needs elbow pads, though. So Kyle Pitts, to me, man, he's not a tight end. You're going to see him line up a lot at the outside corner, outside receiver position. He's going to take on ones all the time. He's just so much bigger than defensive backs. He's a complete mismatch across the board.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about him being known for blocking at all. It was just his catching.
So he can block. He has that ability.
I'm sure he can.
Every time I've seen him block, it's been like a ghost block where he runs out the linebacker, puts the hands out. When the linebacker goes to block, he does a swim move, turns, catches the ball, and go. I've seen him burn some teams because they go to run right by him, or they go to cover him up, and the running back goes around and he never actually has to block because they're so busy face guarding.
So here's a question for you. Do you think that Atlanta is now going to trade Julio Jones? because they were talking about it. Maybe I mean that there are reports that they were talking about it. Now that they have Calvin Ridley, who is
look,
arguably a number one.
bro, it's on the board right now. Yeah, but there is no such thing as number one of only two receivers anymore. You're going to put Calvin on one side, Alabama.
No.
Julio Jones on the other side, Alabama. You're going to put Kyle Pitts in the middle. You don't need a slot receiver anymore. You're going to go with number 84, 6'6", 250, runs a 4.5, 4.6. You're going to put Julio on the outside. He's going to run a skinny post, and you're going to have to pick your poison. Who do you double team?
Yeah.
I mean, this team.
I would keep him.
It was the same conversation when they were talking about Kyle Pitts going to the Cowboys. You can't have enough offensive weapons in this league.
Oh my God.
There's a reason.
If he went.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I wouldn't think that he would go to the Cowboys. They have is it a Blake Jarwin?
Blake Jarwin. That was why I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah, he's great. He got hurt, but he's fantastic.
He got hurt, and Dante Schultz came in, the backup out of Notre Dame, and caught like 20 passes for 500 yards.
He did very well.
You have an embarrassment of riches at tight end right now at the Cowboys. And when I think about as a Cowboys fan, this offense, Zeke Elliott went from being like the bell cow to now, I dare you to sleep on him. I dare you to only put 7 men in the box.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, this team could easily, all reports are the offensive line is healthy in Dallas. If that actually comes to fruition, this team could hang 40 on every team they play and still lose 10 games because their defense is terrible.
Yeah, they're very one-side heavy. Who's this guy we're looking at?
I don't know who that is. I'm not looking at it. Probably a quarterback.
Don't worry about it.
This team is quarterback.
I mostly don't know what any of the players look like until tonight.
Yeah.
But yes, no, the Bengals are not drafting a quarterback.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the quarterback. He's gonna, man, what a quarterback. The Bengals and the Browns, man, they're always to be tied together. Cincinnati, Cleveland. Both of them have so much talent, and both of them underachieve. I'm waiting for the Browns to put it together.
I've never seen this commercial, but I love this guy.
Yeah.
I'll have to check this commercial out later. Yeah. They're both really, really fantastic. Yay! My dinner arrived.
Nice. All right, more beer time. We're back. All right, guys. I'm out of drink. I'm about to run. But the pick is in. The pick is in. Who do you got, Ben? Penei Sewell.
This is where I think Penei Sewell goes.
Devontae, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase. That's who I think it is, Jamar Chase.
If it's going to be a wide receiver, it's going to be Jamar Chase because of their connection.
Because of their connection. You got to give your quarterback what he wants.
Which, yeah, since that's been a hot button topic recently of like quarterbacks being listened to for picks, Chase would not surprise me.
And Chase is the number 1 or 2 receiver on the board, however you get it.
Yeah. He's my number 1.
He's your number 1. Yours and Joe Burrow. I guess dancing. Well, my screen. I'll wait until your screen. I only got 4 cold Mountain Dews left, boys. Getting a little sketch. Take the stage, it says. All
right.
And here's the pick selection. Hey, Bengals pick is in. We both know what it is, man. Wide receiver, LSU.
Oh my God, I am so surprised.
I can't believe Penei Sewell's dropped. I mean, it drops right to the Miami Dolphins.
No, it's a rival. I don't want that.
Well, sir, they may not pick him. There's all kinds of players on this board still.
They may not because they really need a wide receiver.
And there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Which, oh my God, that would be crazy if teammates, sorry, Joe Burrow gets his former teammate,
Oh,
and then if
wow.
Tua got his former teammate,
He's probably going to.
that would be crazy.
Pick which one you want.
Which there's two to choose from.
Who to choose from? Man.
Well,
Sorry, I'm checking the Twitter spread to make sure there's not been any changes that we don't aware of.
that's cool. I'm gonna start eating some of this food.
Eat that food, bro.
I got spaghetti. Well, it's pasta.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back. Ben is eating spaghetti. All I have is M&Ms. As you guys know, man, on islands, everything's closed. So I had food a couple hours ago. I'm starving. If you happen to be in Portugal, no, I'm just teasing. No one's up at this hour. And there's nothing open. So this is basically like Mountain View, Arkansas. Then they roll up the sidewalks at 6:30 here, unless it's a bar. Then they have to be closed by midnight. So Penei Sewell's the number one player on the board, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure who it's going to be. I think you're right. I think they're quarterback. I think they're going to go. I'm sorry. I think they're going to go wide receiver.
I would love if they went quarterback.
Me too.
Because then that screws over everybody. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is.
David Pollock, quarterback, Texans? Houston Texans. Texans.
Really?
Yeah, years ago.
When?
A long
I don't
time
remember
ago.
that.
He was not a starter.
Okay, cool.
He played for the University of Texas. Could be wrong on that too. I know he's a Texan. His brother was David Pollock.
No, he's David Pollock.
His brother was the other one.
I don't remember a Pollock.
The Donkeys. Hold on. 1 a.m., bro. 1 a.m. It's not like 8 o'clock or something. All right. I love the fact we're normalcy a little bit, but it doesn't normally they've both been vaccinated and they're staying that far away. Just because you're kind of killing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. David Pollock played for the Bengals. Not that makes it any better.
Nope. I don't think I know one Wait, he wasn't a quarterback then, was he?
Nope.
Huh?
No.
Okay. Because he looks huge.
Yeah. Tell me who I was thinking about then. Next 3 picks. Wow, look at that. The next 3 years, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, first, second, third. Are those bonus picks?
That's from them trading out.
Wow. Dang. Wow.
Man, the 6th and the 18th. That's crazy.
Bro, and that's kind of why, if the Patriots come calling the Cowboys to move forward, I will take a 1 to scoot back. I'll take Greg Newsome. I like Greg Newsome. Pick is in. You think it's a wide receiver. I think it's Penei Sewell. This could be Rashad Slater. This could be the overall number 1 left tackle in the draft. We'll see, man. Northwestern could be making that move. Here we go. The older I get, man, the more I think Al Bundy had it right. Unbutton the old pants.
On very few things.
Hey, just on how to sit on the couch.
Well, also when he picked his wife.
Yeah, Peggy Bundy.
Man, that actress is still hot.
She's hotter now than she was in the movie.
It happened again.
And she's hotter now than she was in the TV show. Here we go. Commissioners at the board, the podium. The pick is in. Don't worry, folks. I've got you. Everybody's holding their breath. And they're cheering. Jalen Waddle, University of Alabama. Ben calls it.
Yes.
Back. Quarterbacks get their man. Jalen Waddle goes ahead of Jamar Chase. No. Yes. Well, Smith. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Goes ahead of Smith. Man, who's picking out these guys' suits? Who's telling these things look good? Goodness me. Dion, help these men dress. Man,
I don't know if you know what you're saying.
Dion's a sharp dresser.
They're all sharp dressers.
You're missing it. You're not seeing it right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't say anything. My coach, Musselman, went to the award banquet last night with a Razorback suit, which was just pictures of little Razorbacks all over his suit. So just seeing that, I'm proud of him. Which things best. But yeah. Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama, huge home run threat, dangerous at all positions. He's a true number one. If it wasn't for injuries last year, he would have been an All-American wide receiver. He's by far the closest thing to Tyreek Hill we have in the NFL now. The guy is unbelievably fast, unbelievably great skills. So congratulations, Miami. Sorry, Ben.
Oh.
That looks bad, right?
Oh. What's up?
Oh, what is that? That's a unique lady right there. She's excited.
Oh, I was saying, well, because the Lions pick is already in.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I was watching the play where he got hurt. And that was then I looked over what you were looking at. I was kind of knowing them different screens.
That's the fastest pick that's come in.
So apparently they're not trading down. We've been hearing Ben all day about all these trade backs. And they've not come. The question I have for you, Ben, I'm talking a lot. The question I have for you is, does Detroit pick a quarterback here?
I don't think they should, and I don't think they will. Their new coach, Dan Campbell, is all about toughness. He had a very awkward press conference about it, where he was talking about running people over and biting people's kneecaps and weird shit like that. I think he is absolutely picking a defensive player.
Is this linebacker? Is this where we see the first linebacker come off the board?
I think it's probably going to be Parsons.
I don't like Parsons personally. Nothing against him. I don't care about his off the field issues, even though they are very concerning. To me, I like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But that's because of his coverage skills. Micah Parsons, Penn State, he gives you all the hitting you want. He is a fierce linebacker over the middle. I like think Nick Bolton better because of his coverage skills. Nick Bolton.
Who'd you say?
I like Nick Bolton better because of his coverage skills. He isn't the overall as good as Parsons, but his coverage skills are better. I like Zaven Collins, Tulsa better. And that's not a knock on Parsons.
You're outside of the research that I did.
All right, so both of those linebackers can cover tight ends, and both of them are good ball skill guys.
Okay.
I think in this new NFL draft, this new NFL life, you have to be able to cover. You cannot just run up and hit people. And I think that's Micah Parsons does have a few interceptions, but if you look at them, they are not because of ball skills. They just kind of happen.
Yeah.
They were at the deflections. And I think that's why he's where he's at. But we're going to see. You're right. If it's all about toughness, this is definitely a big-time, hard-hitting, tough player.
If it was me, I think that he should actually instead either take Surtain for the cornerback or get the other Alabama wide receiver because they just lost Kenny Golladay.
Yep.
So, and Marvin Jones left, so they don't have anybody.
Yeah.
They have a really good tight end, which either whoever their new quarterback is now, the guy from the Rams,
or
Jared Goff. Either Jared Goff liked throwing to tight ends, or that was the scheme that he was in. If he does like throwing to tight ends, then they are gonna have a great connection.
I think you got Sewell here.
Sewell will be a great pick too because offensive line fits in with that toughness that Campbell's all about.
It does. Rashad Slater would be a good pick right here.
Yeah. I don't remember any. Who's like the highest edge guy? Pay.
Kitty Pay
Yeah.
from Michigan. But Kitty Pay
Yeah.
to me is not. I have a second round grade on him. I don't even have him as a first round pick.
I think he might go in the first round. I don't think he's going to go this early.
I think he'll go 16 to 26. But I don't. He's
Yeah.
just the best
It'll
player.
be it'll be second half. I think at least. Oh, look, they're so proud of themselves.
Mhm.
Look how tiny she is. I mean, she's standing against like ex football players, but yeah.
Hey, who is the NFL team that was the first ever female assistant coach? They stole it from Texas A&M.
It was the 49ers, wasn't it?
I think it is the 49ers. Here we go. Pick is in. Pick is in. And
Oh, Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell. There's that toughness.
All right. Good. He should not have lasted till pick number 7.
I was kind of getting worried for Penei. Big Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Went to Oregon. There you go.
Fantastic.
I was kind of worried because Dallas picks in 2 picks, and I was like, they're not good at making decisions. They have too many options.
That's why they were so happy. They couldn't believe that Sewell fell to him. So they were like, oh my God. Yeah, him. Yes.
So Carolina picks in 3 minutes. Ben, let's take a little quick beer break and come right back. All right, guys, we're back. Panthers are drafting right now. Pick is in. The Carolina Panthers, with the 8th pick in the draft, select J.C. Horn, South Carolina, first defensive back off the board.
Yeah.
And who would have thought, Ben, Surtain has been the number 1 corner for all offseason.
I did not expect for them to go defense at all.
No, they need a left tackle bad.
I wanted them to go offensive line because my boy Sam Darnold never got one.
Right.
And McCaffrey is awesome. I mean, he's arguably the best running back in the league.
Yeah.
But you got to protect him too. I would have definitely gone offensive line. That being said, their defense also sucked last year. So makes sense on that front too.
Joe Horn, JC's dad, was a smack talker from way back. I mean, he could give Gary Payton lessons on how to smack talk. And JC is the same. You can watch him in film, line it up, and you see his freaking mouthpiece jiggling as he's just jawing the wide receiver until the snap. There are several times that when the snap happens, the wide receiver's hand fighting and has forgot to play the football because he's so mad at what J.C. Horn's saying to him.
Who's the guy who got punched twice last year for talking smack?
I don't remember, but if you told me it was J.C. Horn, I'd believe you. Like
it was, and I think it was by this. It was I think it was by the same Bears player who
right.
held a grudge.
Right. Well, hey man.
And he went over and shoved him, and then like full on punched him and brawled out. It was it's so funny. It's so funny when someone punches a helmet.
The Giants. Remember a couple years ago, man, the Giants were playing somebody. The Giants and man, who's the great receiver that's on the Browns now? Famous for his one-handed catches.
OBJ?
Yeah, OBJ got in that big fight with somebody who played for the Giants, and he just speared old boy right in the helmet. A 15-yard penalty. A few players later, the defensive back smears him, headbutts him in the helmet. 15. They're the reason you can get ejected now for illegal hits. But it's just because of smack talk. It wasn't because of playing football. I mean, I'm not even sure they scored in the game. Both teams were terrible at the time. But smack talk has a large part in this game. A wise man once told me, Ben, You talk smack if you're winning or losing because, hey, at least you can control the smack talk. You can't control if you win or lose.
That's right.
So the Broncos are up. Has the team had more controversy today than the Broncos? Who's their quarterback? You have no idea. Are they trading for Aaron Rodgers? Maybe. No idea. In 4 minutes, I guess.
I mean, they're giving it a good try.
Yeah. Do they draft Patrick Surtain? I hope not. I hope he goes number 10.
No, but I'd lean really hard that that's what they're gonna do.
So they need a linebacker, corner, and quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what they need. Michael Parsons is definitely rated higher. I told you.
Oh, wait. Did the Broncos pick up the Bears cornerback? I think they did. So maybe they don't need cornerback as badly as I thought. Yeah, Denzel. No, he plays for the Browns. I can't remember his name.
So right now, Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, Brett Ripon, and Jeff Driscoll.
Kyle Fuller, that's his name.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
So Drew Lock and Teddy
Out
Bridgewater.
of those guys, it's definitely Teddy Bridgewater. It's definitely Bridgewater.
They just traded.
What's up?
Oh, Minnesota could trade.
They just got him.
For Drew Lock. I don't know why they would.
Really?
That's what just came out.
No, that would be so stupid.
I think that means they could be taking a quarterback right here. But the kicker is, man, is that to my knowledge, they wanted oh my gravy.
Oh, Watson.
They wanted Trey Lance, which the Broncos wanted. But man, let's not. Justin Fields is still on the board, man. Mac Jones is still on the board. So Mel's best available is the Deontay Smith, Rashad Slater, Justin Fields, Elijah Vera-Tusker, and Micah Parsons. I think the reason why the Broncos haven't picked yet is because they're trying to trade back to see if the Patriots want to move up and get Justin Fields. They're probably also trying to work a deal with Philadelphia to jump in front of the Cowboys to draft the corner. But if I'm the Broncos, I can go left tackle Rashad Slater. I can finally protect Teddy Bridgewater, give him an actual offensive line. Poor Mac Jones thought he was going number 3. He's sitting there waiting. He could go right here. It's such a weird deal, man. We have so many players still on the board at number 9 that we're expected to go in the top 5. Poor Justin Fields, man. He's in the same boat. Lost 2 games the whole time he was at Ohio State. Went 20-2. Of course, to me, if you only play 6 games all year, you lost the other 8 or the other 6, but they're not going to talk about that. That's just college football complaints. What I'm talking about is they played 6 games and played the championship game. Everybody else played 12.
Oh, gotcha.
Play because of COVID when every other conference would figure it out. Just makes you question how well you would have played if you played all of them. Anyways, pick is in. He's not walking the podium yet. We'll get you there in a second. Ben, what do you think, man? What's your feeling?
I thinking Parsons.
Michael Parsons would be a good pickup here.
Parsons or Jeremiah.
Man, I like Jeremiah, man. He's another one of those players that just come out of nowhere. And I feel bad, man. I'm an SEC guy. I don't really watch the rest of college football like everyone else does. It's in this business. And I think that's why players come out of nowhere to me, because I wasn't looking for them the entire year until now. Draft time, I started really paying attention. Well, it said pick is in, but we are over the time limit. It always makes me kind of wonder, man, when they pick is in, but they're still they've already busted the clock and they haven't come out yet. Is it because they got 3 phones and they're trying to decide what they're going to do? Oh man, not their first rodeo. That was an interesting stat they popped up there. All right, Commissioner Goodell's heading to the stage, Ben. Well, she went old school with that jacket, didn't she? That was that.
Oh yeah.
Jacket. Oh my gravy! Look at this man. Got the poncho on. He's got the mask. Man, that man was a real Bronco.
You gotta remember, we're looking at different things.
I'm sorry. When he walked, the man that was sitting at the leather chair was decked out, full decked out inside of gear. Oh,
Sure,
the Denver Broncos draft Patrick Surtain, Alabama. Congratulations, Patrick. This is the worst case scenario for the Cowboys.
No, it's not.
Both their defensive backs are now off the board. This was not what they were hoping for. They were expecting to get at least a shot at J.C. Horn or Surtain. They were not expecting to both go back to back.
Yeah. But they can, I mean, there's a lot of picks left out there.
I don't know where the Cowboys are going now.
Well, I keep saying linebacker ends up being wrong. And they did just lose Sean Lee, although he hadn't been like he hadn't been himself for a while.
Better not go linebacker.
No?
I think you should. I think there's a lot more quality linebackers in this draft. I think your best bet now is to trade back if you can.
Well, I'm gonna
pause out.
I gotta go pop this beer.
Ben, trade is in. Cowboys have traded picks with the Eagles? What the heck? How do the Cowboys and Eagles trade on anything?
Why is
the Eagles are on the clock?
Oh,
the Eagles are on the clock. Who would have thought? What is going on? So the Dallas Cowboys have traded with the Eagles. What did they trade? How far back did they go? What is going on?
The Eagles weren't too far behind, I don't think.
They're the number 12 overall pick.
Yeah. It's only 2 picks. Oh, but it says on the screen that the Eagles are still number 12. Maybe they just haven't changed it yet, but we'll see. I'm saying that the Eagles are definitely getting.
The Cowboys draft has been as empty. There's nobody in the draft room for the Cowboys. We just had a live group in. There's nobody.
I guess they felt the same way you did. They're like, no, Surtain, we're out. We quit.
I don't know what just happened. They have not released the details yet. The Eagles have traded up. It makes you wonder if they're going to draft Justin Fields.
I think the Eagles are going for a wide receiver. They need one so badly.
They do.
So that's what I think they're doing is they don't want Smith to be drafted.
Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner, Ben, is still on the board. I think he is your pick.
I don't know why they traded up here because I don't think that the Giants were going.
The Giants could have
wide receiver.
There. I don't really know.
Well, because the Giants now have Galladay. They still have Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton, who isn't great, but he's a really good number 3.
They had to feel if they didn't jump up and get him. That the Cowboys.
Now, if the Eagles are staying at 12 as well, then I would say that this pick is not going to be a wide receiver. They have their running back. They got quarterback. Their defense, from what I remember, wasn't good. So there's a plethora of players they could draft on that side of it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's him. I don't think it's Fields.
So the Eagles and Cowboys have traded positions. The Cowboys are now the number 12 pick in the draft.
They are, yeah.
I'm with you, Ben. Why? What was the only thing I could think of is they're going quarterback. Because we know the Patriots wanted to move up. We know the Bears want to move up. Maybe they're going Micah Parsons. But I don't understand why you move up 2 spots.
I don't know, man.
This is going to be a big deal. Unless you thought Devontae Smith was going to go to, as you said, he's not going to the Giants. I heard they were moving up for a corner. Do you think
and the Cowboys definitely weren't going to draft a wide receiver.
Do you think they're moving in front of the Cowboys and the Giants because they're going to draft a corner?
No, because neither one of those teams are going after a quarterback either.
No, defensive back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think said quarter.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, like you said, probably were planning on it, but
so the Cowboys are going to gain a third. The pick is in. So to just recap, the Eagles started with the 6th overall pick. Then they traded with the Dolphins to 12. Now they've traded back up to 10. So the Cowboys essentially tried to scoot back 2 picks to try to figure out what the heck they were going to do. Because I don't think moving back 2 spots. It wouldn't surprise me, Ben, if the Cowboys don't trade back again, if there's still a quarterback on the board.
Oh yeah, I definitely would.
Because I don't think they still
get as much as you can.
Yeah, gather up all the capital you can.
Personally, I want the Bears to get one of those quarterbacks.
I don't blame you.
That's what I want. Since they just inherited, your backup, to now be their number 1 guy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Red Rifle, man. The Red Rifle just needs to figure out what he wants to do. Because
he serves a great purpose.
Well, I know, but he said he wanted to basically be in the Cowboys and coach his high school football team, and then, let me go play football again, be a starting quarterback.
Well, it pays a lot more money to be a starting quarterback.
It does. I've heard that rumor. I've heard the rumor.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the pick is in. Commissioner Goodell is walking to the podium.
Buddy, I don't know.
I don't have a clue. I can't wait to see who this is, just because I want to know if he's worth 3rd round draft pick. That's how this pick is always going to be viewed. Was it worth trading up? And if this is a quarterback, man, what does it do? What does it do to that roster? I mean, but we'll see together. Roger Goodell.
Yeah, Smith.
Devontae Smith. I don't know why they traded up for him.
I have no idea why either. And I'm completely fine with the Cowboys making that trade because they didn't want him.
They didn't want him. The Giants didn't want him. Again, I think so. The Giants are on the clock, man, at number 11. Let's circle
pull
back.
Up. See.
So Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner, instant starter, just another great receiver in the NFC East. Every team is loaded with wide receivers.
Yeah, it's
everybody.
It's a big passing game, but it's a lot.
It's a lot. I think the big winner though was Dallas in that pick.
Absolutely.
Because
they didn't lose anything.
No. I think the Eagles could have gotten him if they'd stayed, unless they were afraid someone was going to trade up with the Giants to get him. But I don't know. He is a great wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't see that happening though.
I don't either. I think that he's a great wide receiver, and I think that I am going to get tired of him very fast being with Philadelphia. But
well, maybe I don't see how we could be wrong on this front. But other places are saying that one of the Giants' needs is wide receiver. That's their number one need. And I
Oh,
do not agree.
well, I got
So if
terrible
they were
news.
trading up because of that, what's up?
There's not another good receiver until Elijah Moore, Ole Miss, who's rated as the
No.
20th player on the board.
Yeah, they're oh, I did the wrong thing. Crap.
So there's two quarterbacks left on this board, man. Justin Fields and Mac Jones. I will be surprised if trade alert. I was just about to say I'd be surprised if the
Oh yeah?
trade. The Giants have traded. They are now trading back with the Bears. The Bears are on the clock.
Yes.
Drafting a quarterback. Ben, the
Yes.
game is hold on a second. Oh, good. We are still recording, just making sure. Hey, it's live, fellas. Ben, who do you want, man? Is this Justin Fields time to walk off?
I don't know. I don't know.
If I'm the Cowboys, I'm trading back too. The Patriots have got to be knocking on your door. Hey, we got to move up. We got to get this quarterback. It's just a couple of picks, but get another third-round draft pick. And if you trade back to 15 and you're the Cowboys, take Rashad Slater from Northwestern, solidify that offensive line, or Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I'm now down, or Vernon Tucker. I'm down with linebackers at this point. Hold on a second. I'm getting.
Man. What's up?
1 second. All right, so the Giants are going to get this year's first, next year's first, this year's 5, next year's 4 for the Bears to move up for a quarterback.
Wow.
So essentially swap places plus a first, a 4th, and a 5th to move up. This is for a quarterback. This
Absolutely.
is going to be Justin Fields or Mac Jones. You got to feel terrible for both of them. Again, I'm expecting to see the Patriots.
You feel bad for both of them because they might go to the Bears.
No, I feel bad for both of them because they've been sitting here for as long as me and you've been talking when both of them thought they were going in the top 5. And now
I understand.
Of course, we're at 11.
However, as someone who doesn't like people who are always on top, it brings me great joy to watch an Alabama guy just sit there and cry. And however, if he becomes my crying guy, then I'm going to love him.
Hey, Justin Fields plays for Ohio State. I've got no sympathy for that. You're talking about two franchises that are used to winning championships and being on top and be on ESPN every day. Mm-hmm. Let them wait.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
The pick is in. I think it's time for Ben to flip us over to the TV.
Yeah.
I pause mine now so I cannot watch and see what happens because I'm bad to watch both screens.
I'm logged in now, so it shouldn't.
So who do you think it's going to be, Ben?
It shouldn't cut in.
Oh,
I don't know.
Who do you want to be, Bears fan? Who do you want to be?
I think I'd rather it be Justin Fields.
I would rather be Justin Fields too. I think if I were you, because
I think so because the only reason that Mac Jones is even being in the conversation of being in the top 5 is because he's a quarterback. A lot of other analysts like Daniel Jeremiah and such have him as like the 20th best guy in the draft.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like they have him way down, but Fields is still up there.
Fields is a lot more athletic, but the problem is exactly what you just talked about Alabama. Is Ohio State and Alabama have every ounce of talent you could dream of. If you play Madden and you made your magic team and made everybody 99s, welcome to Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson. So what do you really got?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Well,
That's so cool.
That is cool. That is cool.
All right, yeah, they're
There it
they're
is.
showing it there.
There it is.
So for a Switch, a fifth, a first, and a fourth for in 2022. Oh man,
So, and that's why I'm saying,
ah,
Ben. That's why I'm
I'm
saying.
so scared because they did this with Mitch Trubisky and it was awful.
It is. It was.
They didn't move as far forward, but
Right.
oh
And you know the Saints are trying to move up. And maybe the Packers are too. So I'm expecting the Cowboys to trade this next pick, no matter how this goes.
oh yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see.
Moving on back,
Moving on back. Beep, beep, beep. Backing it up.
backing
All right,
it
here
up,
we go. Justin Fields, Mac Jones,
or
Felipe Franks.
Fields.
Right,
I mean, I'm hoping it's him over the other guy, but I'm not gonna be disappointed.
right. Yeah, you got two great.
Come on, Roger.
I know, right?
How many cards do you need for this? It's one name.
Seven cards.
What? What is
What
that?
in the world? Carlos Nelson?
Oh, is that the lucky fan?
Oh.
What is going on?
Look, guys, not having volume is killing us.
I'm gonna flip the table. Here, let me turn the subtitles on.
That'd be sweet. That'd be
Provide
sweet.
medical care.
Oh, okay. Hey, man. I'm glad.
Okay, okay, cool. It's just.
But I had no idea
Great.
who you were.
Oh, he's the presenter.
Ah.
Okay. All right.
English. Mr. Nelson.
Man. Just about to break my whole room.
I was about to say, man, did I miss a name? And yeah, goodness gravy. Didn't get.
Yes.
There he is.
Yes.
There it is.
Woo.
Justin Fields, Ohio State University.
Oh, I'm so happy. My cat's so mad because I just woke him up.
Justin, your wait is over. Welcome to Windy State.
Yes.
Welcome to the Chicago Bears.
Woo.
All right. Now, I'm going to quickly get another drink. I'll let you a chance to high five yourself. Congratulations. I'm expecting more magic.
Sure.
All right, Ben, we're back. Cowboys pick is in. I really wanted them to trade back. They're not trading back. So, best available, we've got Rashad Slater, left tackle, Northwestern. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker, Notre Dame. Elijah Vera Tucker, offensive guard, USC. Quarterback, Mac Jones. Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State. And then the safety from TCU, Trevon Mohegan. I can't say his name, man. I don't know how to say his name. Terrible.
You've been doing really good with all the other ones.
Thanks. And Kwity Paye, defensive end, edge rusher from Michigan.
Honestly, tonight is when we learn how to say everyone's name.
That's right. That's right. I'm hoping the Cowboys do two things. I got to pause this because your TV's slow. He's already been monitor about to talk. I hope that the Cowboys draft a player right now. If they trade back into the first round, that third round pick, and draft Caleb Farley at the end of the first round. I'm not saying they will. That's my hope. Honestly, man, I guess I want Rashad Slater, or I want Elijah Vera, or I kind of want Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
I'm hoping Jeremiah.
Linebacker, Notre Dame. Yeah. But they don't really need a linebacker. I mean, that's my.
Oh, right. They got that one young guy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they don't really need linebackers. That's why I'm really surprised. I would love for them to draft a safety here, but we'll see. I mean, it's kind of hard to go wrong with this defense. I mean, pick is in. I kind of feel like I asked 3 girls to prom and they all told me no right now as a Cowboy fan. But
yeah, I've been there.
But the pick is in. And let's see what this young man tells us. Young man's probably here we go. Everybody's excited. Good. They probably just said like go Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
okay. I don't know who that is.
Kinkita
Bordina.
Yeah, they're excited. Parsons.
Micah Parsons. I did not want Micah Parsons.
I know you didn't.
Well, welcome to the Cowboys. The great news is he gets to back up Jalen Smith. I'm glad we spent the 12th pick in the draft for a backup.
Yeah, but also, wait. So you have Jalen Smith. I can't remember the other guy's name.
LB.
Vander.
Yep, Van Der
Was
Esch.
it Vander Esch?
Van Der
Yeah.
Esch. Yeah. So that means
What kind of defense do they run?
They run a 4-3.
A 4-3.
Yep. But this guy is a middle linebacker. He is not a coverage linebacker.
Mm.
So you now have 3 middle linebackers.
Oh. Well, maybe it's time to change up your defense.
They also just brought in a guy who runs the Atlanta Falcons nickel as his base.
Oh.
It means they won linebacker front. And they drafted a linebacker.
Well, that's pretty freaking dumb.
I don't have words. All right. Well, why I go find a beer to drown my sorrows.
Let's see. This thing that we disagreed with earlier says
All right,
the Chargers need a lineman or edge.
So the Chargers need an offensive lineman. Rashad Slater seems like the pick. The pick is in, Ben. Let's see what's about to happen. When we left, I was crying about the Cowboys draft pick. While we're waiting, Ben, let's go ahead and grade picks from the start. First one, man, Jacksonville Jaguars. They drafted the best player in the draft.
D-.
Where do you give that?
D-.
D-. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it's an A.
Of course it's an A. 97 overall, 1 of 1. Your Jets drafting Zach Wilson.
Also an A.
Also an A. 93 overall.
It was a low bar. They just needed to draft a quarterback.
That's right. That's right. Trey Lance, 49ers.
Man, I don't know. B+.
I would say B+.
Yeah.
He's a 92 overall. You already had a quarterback. They made a move there, but yeah. All right.
Although I don't know. I don't think one of the other quarterbacks would have been an A necessarily. I don't know.
How about Kyle Pitts to Atlanta?
Oh, A+.
A+, number 2 overall player. The Bengals drafting Jamar Chase.
I don't know. I'm going to say at least a B.
I think it's an A. I think you're pairing up 2 teammates that want to play with together. That
Yeah.
means a lot.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle, number 7 overall player, going to the Miami Dolphins.
An A. That's what they needed. He's a great player.
I think the steal of the draft has to be the Lions getting Penei Sewell.
Absolutely. That's been the best pick yet.
All right. He's at the podium. We'll come back to this in 1 second. The Chargers pick. Mac Jones. Come on. Let's just ruin the Patriots' day.
No.
Rashad Slater has to be the pick here.
Yes.
And it is. Rashad Slater, offensive lineman, the tackle out of Northwestern. Should have been the Cowboys pick.
I think that's an A.
It's definitely an A. It's definitely. It might be the new steal of the draft. The number 8 overall player, 93 overall, goes number 13 to the Lightning Bolts. Man. Oh my goodness. All right, so J.C. Horn going to the Carolina Panthers.
I'm gonna say a B because I was under the impression that Surtain is better.
So it's a reach. And ESPN has him ranked as the 14th best player. He went 8th overall. He wasn't even, to me, he's not the best cornerback on the board.
Yeah.
91 overall. Carolina kind of set up all the trades that happened by doing this.
I really thought that Carolina was going to trade back.
Me too. And they might have tried.
Because I was pretty sure they weren't going to get a quarterback. So I I think it's a B, maybe even a C, because they could have traded back.
Could have. Or they could have drafted Patrick Surtain.
They so they didn't get the best player in the position. They reached and they could have traded back. So yeah, a C. I mean, but he's still a good player. So.
And apparently who's who they wanted, so that's all that matters. So Denver Broncos, they did draft Patrick Surtain, number 10 overall player, number 9, number 1 overall cornerback. That's an A. And then the Philadelphia Eagles draft Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. I think it's an easy A. They traded up.
Yes, but no, because they traded up for him, and we agreed that neither pick before them was going to take him.
So unless the Giants were going to take him.
I don't think they were going to because they still got a great pick that we're going to talk about here in a second.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to either. I think the Eagles jumped the gun. So B, great pickup, but they overpaid for him.
Big time.
All right, how about the Bears? Justin Fields.
Yes, A.
I agree.
It might be an A- B+ because they gave up so much for him, but it's really hard to put a price tag on a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Which we don't know if he is yet. But
absolutely.
But you got to swing for it.
So the Dallas Cowboys draft Micah Parsons, the number 2 overall linebacker in this draft. He was rated the 16th best player, 90 overall.
I don't know.
He's a disruptive run stopper. He plays zone. They say he's got great man-to-man traits. I think the Cowboys should have traded back. There's still a quarterback on the board. Rashad Slater was still on the board. There's I like
trade alert.
Trade alert. The Minnesota Vikings have just traded with
the Jets.
The Jets. Whoa, what's going on here? Can you say
I was going to save this.
Can you say Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah?
I have my Jets shirt on too. I was saving this for the 23rd pick.
Woo. Hey, it's the night of the Jets, man. Who do you want, Ben?
Cannot tell you how warm this outfit was when I started off tonight.
Hey, I have a feeling that you guys are not trading up for a quarterback.
No, which makes me wonder what they are trading up for.
I think you're either going for Elijah Vera Tucker, the offensive guard from USC, or Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, inside linebacker, Notre Dame.
I think it depends. If they traded their 23rd pick, which they probably had to have.
Yeah.
Shit, man, I don't know.
Or is this Caleb Farley?
I'd rather it wasn't Caleb Farley. I think I like I'm really scared that it's a running back.
Oh my goodness! If it is Travis Etienne, it's gonna be mind blowing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Patriots are going for a running back, but the Cardinals could be.
They could be, but I don't think they are.
I kind of think they are. They've been very running back happy and messing up the entire way, and there's 2, maybe 3 really good running backs. So I think that the Cardinals are going to get it, but that's later on. I really want the Jets to go offensive line,
and they could. They definitely could. If you're, of course, there's not, and that's Elijah Vera Tucker. They could be getting a guard to lock this thing up. Because now, if they get Elijah Vera Tucker, you're talking about the number 1 guard in this draft, 91 overall. And to be honest, man, like,
I know I was talking about Landon Dickerson earlier, which I'm still on board with that too. But at 14, it feels like a reach.
14 is a huge reach.
And yeah, they could get him tomorrow.
So to be honest, man, like to put it in perspective, after Elijah Barrett Tucker, he's a 91 overall, 13th best player. Next is Alex Leatherwood, the 60th best player. That's your two guards. Offensive tackle's kind of the same business, man. Like Christian Darrisaw is still on the board. They could be getting Tristan Darrisaw, 90 overall, left tackle. I just don't know, man. I
really want it to be offensive line because the defense isn't horrible.
The defense isn't horrible.
They sucked last year, but that was mainly the offense. I wanted to do that. I didn't scout the linemen very well. Are any of those more run heavy? Because Robert Saleh, the Jets' new coach, also brought an offensive-minded guy with him from the 49ers, and the 49ers are very, like, ground and pound.
All right, there you go. Elijah Barrett Tucker. This is from ESPN. Gets into position, gets movement at the point of attack. That's weird. Is that me or you? That was me. I don't know what that is. Great form. You got the run game. He's smooth getting into his sets. Has good body control. Can anchor as a pro. He played left tackle last season and could translate to left tackle in the NFL.
Oh, wait. Real quick. Here's what they gave up. So they got the 14th pick and a 2021 fourth-round pick. They gave up their pick coming up and 2 third-round picks next year. Okay. That's a pretty even trade.
Yeah. So running back is their number 2. You cannot go running back right here. I really think, Ben, this is going to be Caleb Farley or Elijah Barrett Tucker.
I really want it to be offensive line.
Then you want it to be Elijah Barrett Tucker.
However, if they do go running back, I'd rather it be Travis Etienne.
I like Travis. But I also really like Najee Harris. Najee Harris is a dual threat guy. He can do it in and out of the backfield running.
They're both fantastic, but but Travis has more speed. He's better on catching. Anyways, anyways.
Let's see what it is right here. The New York Jets draft. You have to cheer no matter what. Like when they put your face up there. Does it matter if they like?
Hey,
Elijah Barrett Tucker, guard.
Yes.
UFC.
Yes.
All right.
Good job.
Yes. Solidify that offensive line going forward.
Ah.
All right.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. No complaints there from Ben. Goodness me. And just like that, man, the Jets making the splash. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Patriots will draft. What's up? Yeah, it's already in, man. The Patriots are going to draft Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. Welcome to your next Tom Brady right here.
No, you shut your mouth.
I mean, system quarterback. Doesn't wow you in shorts.
It would be so easy to dislike the quarterback from the college version of the Patriots going to the Patriots.
Yeah. I mean, so Mac Jones is the 15th rated player at 90. Ironically, it is the pick of the 15th team in the NFL draft. I think everybody expects this to be Mac Jones. Of course, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still on the field.
I don't know, man.
So the safety, Kwity Paye. It's now Kwity Paye territory. I love his name. I love his game. The problem with Kwity Paye is he just doesn't have it. Doesn't have it now.
I don't feel like it's going to be a quarterback. For one, they didn't trade up for them. and I think they would have if they were after Mac Jones.
Ooh.
And I think that Belichick still feels like he has something to prove, and I think he finally wants to play with the Patriots his way, and he's always been defensive minded. I really think he's going to go defense. And they re-signed Cam Newton even though he was so bad, and they're trying to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo.
So that's a good point. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There's a chance they're trading for Aaron Rodgers right now or Jimmy Garoppolo. And he's always.
I would be so angry if they got Aaron Rodgers.
So I disagree. I think it's going to be Mac Jones. They may still trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's all about mentoring quarterbacks and getting them ready for the next line.
Yeah, but then they would have 3, like, actual quarterbacks.
And then they'll just trade him another point. But I could be wrong. It could be Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. It could be Trevon Mohin Grigg. I don't know how to say his name. Safety, TCU. It could be Kwity Paye, the edge out of Michigan, the sack artist.
I think it might be Paye.
Could be Paye. Here it is.
Man.
Pick is in. Quarterback, Mac Jones. Trying to make it happen.
Oh, don't make it happen.
He's talking too much.
They've been good long enough.
They keep saying draft-a-thon, and we talk for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's going to be the other guy who says it from now on. I think Adele only says a few picks on the first night.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. All right, we left off at the Cowboys. As soon as the picks in, we'll go back to grading picks. We're only 3 back. Then after we get caught up, we'll take a little break leading into the next pick. Depending on how fast the next pick comes in. They're all excited. You probably just said, woo, Patriots.
Oh, my God. No.
Mac Jones, Alabama.
No.
I hope they still trade for Garoppolo.
I hope so, too. I hope so, too.
All right. So, quicks. Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys. He does feel a defensive need. It wasn't the quarterback, the guy I wanted, but it does feel a need for the Cowboys. They need defensive help. He is a playmaker. It should come in and stop that run problem. If he can play off ball, that'd be even better. Everything I've read says he has the ability. I am kind of worried about his off the field issues. He steps in. I mean, Dallas has a problem. All the problems on defense. To me, what this tells me is if he's been drafted, he is the starter at linebacker. They're literally telling the linebackers they have, you're evicted. This guy's the new dog in town.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a B. I think I said a C originally. It's a B because he has the upside to be the best linebacker since what Sean Lee should have been. Not saying he will, but he has that kind of upside.
Sure.
Rashawn Slater going to the Chargers. Man, I had Rashawn
That's
Slater.
a big A.
What's up?
That's a big A for me.
Yeah, that's a huge A. I had him going to the Bengals if they did not draft a quarterback, a receiver. I thought he was that good. Elijah Vera-Tucker going to the Jets. That solidifies that offensive line. It's a team starter. You now have a running back, a quarterback that is going to have an offensive lineman who can play left tackle or guard, plug and play guy.
Oh, which last year they drafted Mekhi Becton.
Yeah. So they are offensive line.
Who was hurt most of the year. So yeah, that's great. They have a rookie and a 1-year starter. Yeah, that's awesome.
They didn't give up their second pick to do this. So they are going to have the 34th overall pick to pick a running back.
I really hope it's Travis Etienne.
Could be Travis Etienne. And at number 15, the New England Patriots draft Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. And if you're a
I don't know.
Patriots fan, you gotta
I'm trying to be unbiased.
if you're not a Patriots fan, you gotta just feel like bullcrap. How in the world do they get this guy and not have to trade up to get him?
I'm torn because yeah, you're right. Him still being there at 15 was just a gift for them.
Yes.
But at the same time, they had a lot more holes than just quarterback last year. Yes and no, because so many players on their defense opted out.
Yeah.
They had like 4 or 5 starters opt out on their defensive side.
Right.
But none of their running backs have really done their job whatsoever. Their wide receivers are atrocious, and their lead wide receiver just retared, which he was a non-factor last year, but still.
Yes.
But I guess that none of that matters because if your quarterback isn't good, then you're not going anywhere. So I don't know.
Why do you grade this pick, man? I think it's a B.
I think it's a B.
I think it's got the potential to be higher than that, but considering they didn't have to trade up, I think it's definitely a great pick by them. The Arizona Cardinals.
Real quick, I just forgot to mention this earlier. Do you know what Mac Jones's actual name is?
No, but I don't remember.
Michael McCorkle.
That's right, McCorkle.
McCorkle.
I can't even say it. That's terrible. Mac it is. Goodness me.
Mac it is. Yeah. McCorkle does not start your team or lead you to a championship. Mac does. McCorkle does not.
All right, so Arizona's pick is in.
Their pick is in.
But they have not started walking to the maybe they have. My TV's not up to live. I don't know. I can't get it back to live for some reason. Their pick is in.
There we go. He's at the podium.
Yep. Arizona.
Oh, he doesn't have anybody with him.
Good.
Zaven Collins.
Zazen Collins probably should have been Jason.
All right.
Zazen Collins, linebacker, Tulsa. I really like Zazen. I was really hoping the Cowboys would trade back to 15 and draft him. I don't like the fact that he's from Tulsa, but this kid is just all heart, man. When you look at his other stuff, he was a gymnast. He does everything. He's a unique story. And 6'4", 260, he can line up and hit you. He's also got coverage skills. He played a 3-4. He's an edge as much as a linebacker, but he played at Tulsa, and that's not a knock on Tulsa, but how often did he play against the big boys? And that's always what it comes down to. Obviously, DeMarcus Lawrence came from a small school at Troy. He's done all right. So, I'm sorry. No, DeMarcus Lawrence came from Boise State. DeMarcus Ware came from Troy. Both of them did fine.
Great, yeah.
So, I think he's going to be a great linebacker. He might be an end. He could be an edge rusher for the Cardinals. But either way, good pick. I really like him. I hate the fact that my phone keeps reminding me my alarm's going to go off in 4 hours. Pretty sure I'm going to sleep on this couch I'm sitting on. He is rated the 27th overall player, so I think it's quite a reach. But if you had to pick a linebacker, I don't know why they didn't go with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I feel like a broken record right now.
Sure.
20. So right now, first thing I want to tell you something crazy before we go to break. Did you know that the Jacksonville Jaguars have extended a tryout to a prior quarterback?
Oh, I saw this today. It made me sick.
Tight end. Now, whoa. Do you know why they've asked him to do a tryout?
Because he sucks.
Because they want to change the culture in the locker room. They feel like the culture in the locker room is so negative that they just want someone to come in and basically just breathe fresh air.
Sorry. Who are we talking about?
Tim Tebow.
Great, because we didn't actually say it.
Yeah. So they basically, from what I read, they were just looking for somebody to go in there and just say, like, guys, it's gonna be okay. Like, come here.
I
here's the
did
ball.
see that they were considering him for tight end,
Tight end, not a quarterback. And from what
which
I
is
understand,
what so many teams try to get him doing. Is like, no, I'm obviously a quarterback, and they're like, no, bro, obviously you're
hey,
not.
I want to point out that how many quarterbacks have won an NFL playoff game? Not named Tim Tebow.
Sure,
I mean,
sure,
I've had a
he
lot of
he did he did do that, and I when he came to the Jets, I was actually like kind of excited
yeah,
because I wanted them to use him the proper way while switching off with Sanchez, and I wanted them to use him the way that the Saints have been using
yeah. The
what's his
guy
name?
swapped off with Drew Brees.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I wanted them to use him like that, but instead, whenever the Jets had Tim Tebow, it was like, oh, Tebow's coming in, he's going to run it.
right, and that's
Like he almost never threw the ball, and it was just so easy to read, and it was just dumb.
yeah, and I think this is a great move by the Jaguars. If the idea is to simply bring in a leader who has a positive attitude, who is all about mentoring men. If the goal is that he understands he's a backup tight end, they understands a backup tight end, but he's more like a coach in the locker room, I'm down with this because it has really been so long since Jacksonville's had a winning season.
It was like 3 years ago.
3 years ago, and it was a flash in the
They
pan.
they went to the AFC Championship,
They
didn't they?
did. They did. And it's kind of funny. It's hard to remember because it's just 1 year wonder. And then, yeah, but there's been a lot of negative stuff going on in that organization.
Oh, so much like Ramsey complaining until he gets traded.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, they had a few other guys, I
The
think,
running
just
back
leave.
that basically quit on the team. I mean, they just need
Who was that?
somebody. I don't. He came out
Oh,
of
Fournette.
yeah, Leonard Fournette, and
Yeah.
I feel like they just want someone to come in to just basically breathe like some happiness into the team. My fear though, Ben, is if you need this as a coaching staff, it's time for you to go.
And they just got there.
And they just got there. Maybe that's not the deal. Maybe they walked in and said, guys, we can't fix this culture alone. We've got to do something. I don't know, but it is an interesting move.
Well, they're going in the complete opposite direction with this because Urban Meyer tried to hire a strength and conditioning coach who was known for hurting the players by his practices.
Yes.
And so he was immediately fired because everyone lauded him as being an idiot and playing favoritism and nepotism of hiring this guy who had no experience in the pros and was known for being awful.
Yes.
So this is a complete 180.
Thank you for leaving out what else we know about it.
I couldn't remember what it is, so I left it out by accident.
Yeah, I'll mention it to you in the break. He's not.
Yeah. All right. That's what I was afraid it was.
You don't want this guy on your team. I do understand that there's second chances, and we are talking about a strength and conditioning coach. And from what we learned, we know about the Dallas Cowboys because they're America's team. They're always on every channel. Most of these players aren't even using the strength and conditioning coach. They have their own guy.
Yeah.
Or own team.
They don't need your guy.
A real NFL player.
Yeah. Or you're like one of the really successful people like Tom Brady and Russell Wilson, and you have your own person.
Well, and that's kind of what I meant. Raiders pick is in. If you'll go ahead and screen share real quick. And that's kind of what I meant, man. We know Zeke Elliott has his own entire team he uses.
Oh my God, the pick is in, and they already said what it is.
Oh, well, darn.
It is Alex Leatherwood.
Alex Leatherwood, Alabama offensive lineman. I thought I had a mid-second round grade on him. I love this guy. 3-year starter at Alabama. I think I couldn't believe his low grade. Congratulations, Raiders. Oakland Raiders just, if you look at the numbers ESPN has on him, it's not a steal. But this man plays football the right way. He is a beast in the trenches. This is going to be a solid starter. And he can dance.
I I on one of my mock drafts, I had the Raiders picking a quarterback, but they're all gone now.
They're all gone now.
But I really I thought if one slipped to them that they were going to take one.
Yeah. By the way, this means the Miami Dolphins are going to get Owusu Koramoah from UFC. He's going to go from one bay to the other bay. They draft him, that is, and he's going to be an instant starter for that team.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I really thought
you're just calling it. That's who they're picking.
I can't imagine picking anybody else. I thought that the Los Angeles Raiders were going to take him. The Las Vegas Raiders were going to take him. And just because of that attitude that they wanted to instill on that defense. But instead, they instilled that attitude on that offensive line, big number 70, paving the way to 2 championships there at Alabama.
Which they definitely need some better offensive line, because Carr is a above mid-lane quarterback, and he needs some help there. And Josh Jacobs got hit way too much.
Yeah.
And they picked up another. Oh my God, Jalen Waddle still. Oh, I'm sorry. No, those are Alabama who have been drafted.
Ben, you might have mentioned 4 or 5 times the pick is in for the Miami Dolphins. You might have mentioned that Mac Jones had all the talent in the world.
Yeah. There it is.
Out
of 17 picks,
right,
4 of his guys have been selected.
3 in the top 10.
3 on offense. 3 other offensive players.
Right. And we're not done.
This is why I am not an Alabama fan.
His safety, his center, still out there to be drafted. His guard.
Yeah.
Najee Harris, running back.
Yeah. Half their freaking team is up for the draft, and that's only because that half is seniors. I'm just kidding. A lot of these guys aren't seniors.
Yeah, that's true. So an interesting deal. So I don't know if you know this or not, but the NCAA decided that this year, the last 12 months of college athletics did not count toward eligibility. So
eligibility for what?
So if you played, it doesn't count. If you're a senior, still a senior this year. If you're a junior, you're still a junior this year.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of teams, for instance, Arkansas, had 2 All-Americans that came back as seniors again. And they both were.
Why?
Well, one of them, I understand one of them, his wife was a year younger, and he didn't want to get drafted, and who knows where. Both of them were in the med program. They both want to be doctors. Obviously, he's going to go off and probably play football while she's saving lives. But the other
He'll save lives later.
The other one, pick is in. The other one still was only a 5th-round draft pick.
Oh, hold. He's now reading them.
Yep. So it's just interesting to me how many players didn't come out because they could do it again another year.
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips, the number 2 defensive edge in this draft out of Miami.
Yeah.
A lot of people had him number 1 because of his quick first step. He had a much better sack ratio than Twitty Paye.
Wait, he's out of Miami?
Yes, that is why he's a pick.
So he's not moving?
He's not moving.
That's awesome.
He is a Bay to the Bay, which is really funny because he already left Redlands, California. He was the top high school prospect by ESPN at number 1. You can read it yourself. But he chose Miami over Alabama. It's a big moment when he chose the U. Everybody thought that was going to be a switch in powerhouses. It was not.
No.
But welcome to the NFL. I had him going mid-second round. I had him somewhere in the 40s, not in the top 18. But
so is this a reach?
Big time real. ESPN has him much nicer than I did. I thought the Cowboys had a chance to draft him in the 2nd round. I just didn't. Edges aren't good in this draft. They have him as a 21st overall prospect, so it's a slight reach. The Washingtons are on the clock now, followed by the New York Football Giants, followed by the Indianapolis Colts. Your best
real quick,
available.
did you see the suggestions for what the Cleveland baseball team's new mascot should be called?
No.
The Cleveland Washington football team.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, so Ben, tell me this, man. Tell me this. I don't understand it. Why don't you wait until you've already? Oh, I'm sorry. In the last 2 years, the Miami Dolphins in the first round, in the 2000 and 2001, the Miami Dolphins have had 5 first-round selections. They have drafted Tua Tagovailoa, Alabama, Austin Jackson, offensive tackle, Noah, I can't say his name, Ika Beginning, cornerback, Jalen Waddle, Alabama, and Jalen Phillips, defensive end. So they've gone quarterback, offensive tackle, quarterback, offensive lineman, defensive back, cornerback, wide receiver, defensive end. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
That's good to go. I would say Tua is in a pretty good hands if they can keep putting together those kind of course, hopefully you don't keep drafting 5th and 6th.
Yeah, that would be nice too for them.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I know that the Dolphins are very much on the rise, and as a Jets fan, I don't like that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, sir. I don't blame you at all.
Okay, so the Washington football team's pick is in?
It is. What I was going to say was, why don't they wait to change the name of these programs until they actually have a name to change them to?
Well, because finally enough pressure was put on them to get rid of the racial slur. And enough, which, I mean, I'm glad that they did it. However, they didn't do it I lost my word. Altruist?
Altruistic.
They did. Yes, thank you. They didn't do it out of kindness of their own heart. They did it because enough companies said that we're not going to be your vendors until you change the name. So it came down to just money. So they had to drop it because of money. And they did it because, aside from feeling it was probably the right thing to do when way past time, they were going to lose a lot of money if they didn't.
So this is my only problem with that. The Florida State Seminoles paid like $1 million to the Organization of Tribes, and they got the blessing of "you're good now." So if you were the Washington football team, why would you not just simply bring up the leaders of the tribes today, publicly do it, say, "Gentlemen, we feel terrible that if any way our name of our mascot has offended you or your people, please grant us the next 12 months to change the name of this football team. We sincerely apologize if we have done anything to hurt you or your people. And by the way..."
But why?
But do it right.
No. I mean, but what is your reasoning to them of why they should give you 12 months? Like, how does it benefit you as an organization?
For 2 reasons. You've been doing it for 80-something years. I mean,
well, just because we've done it in the past doesn't mean we should keep doing bad things.
No. I'm just saying that, like, just taking the name off and not doing anything to the people that you think you've offended doesn't. If they really believe what they did was offensive, take the people that you could have offended and publicly apologize to them.
I understand, but really what it comes down to is it would be easier for us if you would give us a pass to continually to use a racial slur.
Honestly, I don't care. I think it's a huge joke that the Washingtons don't have a name on their football team.
I agree that
it's been 2 years.
That it should be very easy to come up with a new mascot. People had tons of great ideas. Look, however, going to tribes and saying, let's continue to use a racial slur because it's easy for us.
I just mean, if they truly believe they did something wrong, apologize for it.
They don't think they did. They did it just for money.
They don't.
All right, so the football team drafted Jamin Davis.
I can't see that yet, dude.
I'm sorry.
You're psychic. Jamin Davis, linebacker, Kentucky. He is a quality cover linebacker. There's a reason that this is a reach though, bro. Like, and again,
I don't know his name.
Owusu Koromoa still sits.
Oh man.
I don't. I'm not even sure how far back you have to go to find this guy. Hold on a second. Let me find him. He played great from Kentucky. He was by far their best player. He is a quality SEC linebacker. But again, I did not have this gentleman as a first day pick. Maybe I did. He's rated as a 25th overall player, number 90 overall, third best inside linebacker. I was not expecting this gentleman to be picked in the first round, especially not when the number one inside linebacker is still on the board in Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Is there a reason he's still sitting there? I don't understand. I don't know of any medical issues. Look,
I don't know, man.
Did he slap the Pope?
I don't know. Like you know, Micah did bad stuff, so
yeah, I mean, I would
can't beat that.
Also, I can't believe Trevor's still on the board. He's rated the 17th best player, number one safety on the board. I really thought he'd be gone by now. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm trying to trade back in and draft him.
I don't understand why safeties are less important these days.
I would think they'd be more important with the new offense.
I would think so too, but it feels like there's not as much of a want for them.
Yeah, I agree. So I think the Cowboys need to trade back in like right now because Greg Newsome is still on the board, quarterback, Northwestern, and Caleb Farley, Virginia Tech. Trade back up to the first round, get your corner, and allow Cowboys fans to have something to be happy about. Micah Parsons is going to be a good linebacker. I just does not feel a need.
So the Giants are up, and they need an edge, or a cornerback. Who's your best? Oh, Kwity Payne's still available.
Kwity Paye is still available. I think this is where.
And so is Caleb Farley. So
is Caleb Farley. And so is a lot of people. Like
I think they should probably do Kwity Paye because the Giants do have Darius Slay. Wait, nope. Darius Slay is the cornerback, and I can't remember who he plays for now. The Giants have Darius Slayton, the wide receiver. It was very confusing when those two played against each other last year. I was all kinds of confused. I think they covered each other.
It's kind of funny, yeah. That'd be pretty funny.
Darius Slay plays for the Eagles. Never mind. Nice. So yeah, so the Giants can go either way on this in my mind. So I mean, those are the two positions that I think they definitely should fill.
And you're saying they need a defensive end or a corner?
Yeah.
I would say if you're watching all these great wide receivers going, everybody needs a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Oh, actually, now that you mentioned that, I would definitely say that they need a corner if you think about their competition. Because the Giants have to play the Cowboys, who have hella wide receivers. They have to play the football team, which has Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
And the Eagles just drafted one.
A really good one.
Yeah. So I think they should go. I think that they should go cornerback. Apparently, this station disagrees with me because cornerback was not even on their board.
Nice.
They said edge was number one, which I mean we think they need an edge too. They're very excited about it. They look like they just got away with something. So maybe it's the linebacker that you've been banging the table about.
Honestly, man, they need an offensive lineman pretty terrible. And I know they lost Saquon Barkley last year super early. But I think Darisaw could be the pick here.
Wait, one second. Why did okay. The pick is in. Sorry, their timer went back up to 10 minutes. I was very confused. So yeah, the pick's in.
Pick's in. Let's see.
Yeah, they lost Saquon very early. Of course was tragic for him and the Giants.
Share me a
Uh,
screen.
what's up?
Share your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Share your screen. You're like, Pixon, blah, 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 blah. Thanks.
Pixon, let me tell you all of my
Yeah,
opinions.
say all your opinions. I don't know what the pick is. This would be a great opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity for Christian Darrisaw, Virginia Tech, to step in there. If I was a Giants fan, I would want an offensive lineman to block for Saquon Barkley. Do you have any faith in their quarterback? Robert, I don't remember his name. Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
If they drafted a lineman here, I would have more.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the third time that I've mentioned him, but he will be throwing to Kenny Golladay, who is amazing, and Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
I forget who their tight end is.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope they draft Elijah Moore, wide receiver, Ole Miss.
That way, it's just like a useless pick.
Or Rashad Bateman, Minnesota. Just another receiver. I just sure. I feel like the entire NFC East is just Team 40 burger. Like first team to 50 wins it.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
which means the Eagles do not have a chance yet.
Yet. Well, we saw the Super Bowl. The truth was the Super Bowl was all about who could protect their quarterback and put points on the board.
Yeah, and Holmes, oh crap, I forget what the stat was. He ran but overall he ran 500 yards in that game.
Goodness me. Not in front of the line of scrimmage, just
nope, not in front, just overall.
Yeah.
He ran 500 yards.
He needed help on the offensive line.
Oh, wide receiver, you got your wish.
Are you kidding me?
Kadarius Toney.
Toney, Florida. This is one of the better wide receivers in the game.
That guy is not happy about it.
He is a jump ball wide receiver. Throw it up, he'll go get it. This is a great pick for the Giants. I think he becomes your number one wide receiver right off the top.
No way.
And look, I know
aspiring musical artist. Oh my god.
I mean, isn't everybody?
Oh, I want that screen back. I want to see what this other thing said. It said something about his mom going into labor.
He's super fast. He is an overall burner. He's gonna kill it in the slot. I really wish they had not got him. I really like Toney. He's a really good receiver. But I like the fact they did not draft any help for Daniel Jones.
That's not help? Oh, you mean for like tight end? Yeah. I mean,
this goes back to why everybody needs a corner. On the clock is the Indianapolis Colts. Let's run through our grades from 15 real quick, and then take a quick break. Obviously, Mac Jones, we gave a B to. After that, we had the Cardinals drafting Zaylen Collins, linebacker, Tulsa. I thought that was a heck of a reach. I kind of want to give it a C.
Sure.
Alex Leatherwood going to the Raiders. I thought
that's pretty good.
I think it's a solid B. I think they could. Yeah. Jalen.
I think there were probably better players available, but they needed alignment.
Jalen Phillips going to Miami. Hometown kid staying home, feels a need.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good story. I think it's a good solid B plus. I think it could turn into an A if he works out. And then I had the Washington's drafting Jamin Davis. Same story as with Zaylen Collins. I mean, there was better linebackers on the board. Kind of a reach to me at this position. I think it's going to be a C.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I haven't heard of him.
Kadarius Toney going to the Jets. Going to the New York Giants. I like him. I had a later grade on him. The Giants did trade back to get him. I think they could have traded up to the front of the second round to get him. but we could see a run on wide receivers, and I could be wrong on this. I think it's a B. I don't think they had to draft him right now, but
Sure.
he's their guy. That's what they wanted. Wide receivers always a good time, and NFC East is always a burner game. So they just continue that Operation 40 burner. No reason to get better on defense or offensive line. Just keep putting offensive weapons on the field.
Do it.
5 minutes left in the Colts. And take a quick break. Pick is in, Ben. Pick is in. Twitty Pay will line up for that. Man, I feel like whenever I say Colts, I still imagine Peyton Manning sitting there for the Colts. Can you go ahead and share screen?
Yeah.
Show us the pick for the Tennessee Titans.
Absolutely. The Titans are coming up now.
Coming up right now. And I feel like, man, the Titans are going to go corner right here. I think this could be where Caleb Farley gets picked. Maybe Newsome.
Yeah, that's how it feels like.
Solidify their team. I really wish they would draft an offensive lineman to help Derrick Henry, but the defense is what hurt him last time. So I expect him to go defense here.
Yeah.
Of course, it could be worse than Koromoa. He's still on the board. Dang, man, I feel bad for this kid. He is just sliding. Kind of wish the Cowboys would try to draft him.
The more he slides, the better team he gets.
I know.
Someone decided, Caleb Farley, you called it.
Caleb Farley, Virginia Tech. He's going to be good until he's hurt. And then 2 back surgeries before he's 22. That's tough. It really stings, too, because I feel like if he had not had his back surgery, the Cowboys would have drafted Patrick Surtain. But while we were gone, I was checking in on DallasCowboy.com. Apparently, they had been locked in on
Parsons?
On Micah Parsons from the beginning. That is who they wanted the entire time. I'm not sure what they are evaluating. They are the pros,
right.
Just a talker. So we'll see. Hopefully, it's very obvious they were correct with their pick.
Yeah.
So Caleb Farley is by far my favorite corner. He's a beast. He definitely let's do it right there. I kind of adjusted the screen there, so it's kind of even. He definitely has all the skills, all the intangibles. The only question about him is, can he stay healthy? 2 back surgeries in 3 years is pretty hard on anybody. But
yeah,
he's young. At least he's not 30. It's a little harder to get 30. But so Ben, next, the Minnesota Vikings are on the clock. And where do you think they're going to go with this pick?
I don't know, man. Their defense has been pretty good for the past few years. I feel like the defense may have let them down a bit last year. Probably offensive line.
Yeah.
There's still some if there's any players there that you think are still worth it.
So offensive line is Christian Darrisaw. That's the number 3rd overall player. He's left on the board. I mean, he's considered the 20th best player in this draft, 3rd best offensive lineman, and 90 overall.
Oh, well, then that.
Yeah. I still think so. If you want defense, you've got Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Might have mentioned him once or twice.
Sure.
Travion Moheed is still in this. And then there's Christian Darrisaw, offensive lineman. Travis Etienne is number 4 on the best available right now. And
I mean, the Vikings aren't drafting that.
No. And Elijah Moore comes in at number 5 now. So that's where I think we're at right now. Minnesota has 5 minutes left on the clock. They are nowhere close to being ready to go. They've got plenty of time. It's interesting, sir. It is interesting to see where they're going to go with this. The Vikings need an interior offensive lineman, an edge rusher, and a tackle. That is what their 3 needs are. That says to me, Christian Darrisaw, tackle, Virginia Tech. It would be interesting if back-to-back picks are Virginia Tech. It's usually a lot cooler in the top 10, but at 22 and 23, equally interesting.
Sure.
We're getting to that point in the draft where people are just going for best available player. And
Sure.
I think the Cowboys need to trade back in.
Huh.
But that's not going to happen.
No, it won't.
It's not their style. Though they now have 11 picks in this draft. They have 10 picks left in this draft.
Wow.
That's why I really expect them to trade
Crazy.
around. They have a lot of draft capital. They now have 3 third-round draft picks.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of depth.
A lot of depth. It's a lot of depth. It does make you wonder if they're going to package that to get back into the second round and back in the first round. Pick is in for Minnesota.
Right.
Interesting.
Share this over.
Interesting deal. So as we start to round out this top 20, we're now top 23. I think that it's easy to say, man, right now that the Jets have kind of owned this draft.
I like to think so.
They did have 2 picks in this. They do have 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean that gives them a big leg up.
Little leg up, yeah. Jacksonville Jaguars have 2 picks. We haven't seen what they're going to do yet. Look at Alabama players taken. We already kind of hit this. 5 players in the top 17, which is amazing.
What teams don't have picks? Rams and Texans?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Cool.
So the Steelers, Ben, I know that's 2 picks away. I really would love, honestly, I would love either one of these defensive players to go to the Steelers.
No, it's gonna be Najee Harris.
Why?
Because they don't have a running back.
They don't need a running back in the first round. The Steelers are defense, man. They're.
I know, but I that's
I believe.
sorry.
You. I just don't like it.
What 2 players were you gonna suggest?
I would love to see Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in a Steelers uniform. He may not have the hair some of the prior Steelers players have.
Yeah.
But they're just known for that vicious, evil defense.
That's very possible, since they probably did not imagine he would be falling this far to him.
What just happened? Oh, that was the trade earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. I never would have dreamed that the number 12 overall player would still be on the board. He may not be on the board at his pick, but still be on the board.
Yeah.
So number 12, number 7.
They don't seem too happy. They do not seem happy about their pick.
Number 12, number 17, and number 20 are your top 3 players still on the board.
Wait, here's the Vikings pick.
Vikings.
Hey, you got it.
Christian
You got it
Darrisaw.
again. You've been doing great. What's that, like 3 or 4 in a row?
4 in a row. It's pretty crazy. Christian Darrisaw is
killing it.
Need. He slipped, man. I can't believe he went that far down. And now it's time for the Steelers. I think you could be right with Travis Etienne or with Najee Harris. I think it would definitely fill a need. I don't think they have to do it here. I kind of feel I'm not degrading running backs like some people, but there's a lot of running backs on this board.
Out of the 2 of them, I would think that it's probably Harris. That kind of fits more of what I think they want.
So Najee,
and once again, if a quarterback had fallen, I think the Steelers would have drafted him here.
So for me, man, Javonte Williams, running back, North Carolina, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, they are all very similar. To me, you can draft any one of these quarterbacks, any one of these running backs. You're going to get
Harris is a bit more of a bruiser down the middle, and Etienne is more of a cut guy and speed down the seams. I don't know much about the other guy.
So, for instance,
well, their pick is in. So.
Oh wow! All right then. Well, that's no, it's not. It's Christian Darrisaw.
No, it just restarted.
Oh damn! Okay.
They just haven't.
Okay. Wow, you're right. Goodness
well,
me.
It was at 5 minutes and then it jumped up like it did a couple picks ago.
So, Travis Etienne is 5'10", 215. Najee Harris is 6'2", 230. Javonte Williams, 5'10", 212. Per inch, they're all about the same.
Yeah.
They all are one cutbacks, and they all like contact. and they all can catch the ball out of the backfield. I wouldn't say any of them are superstars yet. Like I don't think there's not a Zeke or Saquon. There's not one of those in this draft.
The reports that I've seen is that Harris is far more of a bruiser, and that Etienne's more like Matt Forte. Is the comparison that I heard.
Yeah, I mean, Etienne definitely wants to get out in space. He does not want to. He can hit you, but he doesn't want to hit the contact.
Yeah,
Where I feel like Najee Harris, he's got a chip.
thrives.
He would rather hit you and lose 5 more yards than make a move and gain 5 more.
Which is why, and it's their top thing too. Which is why I think the Steelers are going to do Najee, because
that's very possible.
That fits their it fits what's his name's mindset more. Tomlin.
I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and take it right here though. I think
you've been on a roll, so
I want to say they're going to go Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, but you could be right. This could be Najee Harris.
I want them to go defense. That way there's more running backs left on the board for when the Jets come back around.
Yeah. It's going to come down to best available player or value. Wow. Jacksonville's up. If you're Jacksonville, I don't know. This is interesting right here.
Let's see what
I want to say it's
cool. Oh, it seems like they like it. Hey, Harris.
Najee Harris.
Finally, I get one right.
You got one right. Woo, what a reach.
Well, I don't think so.
It wasn't that much of a reach. You're right. 28, he went 24th. I just, that's great. I love Najee Harris. I'm a big Najee Harris guy.
Named Baby Huey as a child. That's funny.
Hey, so funny stat, man. Apparently Parsons, because on the other channel, Parsons has been a Cowboys fan his entire life and has been like sending a little Twittersphere or whatnot. The Cowboys players saying like, "Hey, I really want to be a Cowboy," which is awesome. Which is awesome because you want players to That's pretty cool. I didn't really think when you got to that level that you still paid attention to teams because you were like,
"Oh, absolutely,
looking for anybody."
Yeah.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars have 6 minutes left on the clock. When we come back, we will see what their pick is and start discussing how we think these teams are doing overall. Is it? All right, Jags pick is in, Ben. They already drafted the number 1 player in the draft. Who do you think they're taking now? Who would you take now? Looks like they need a tight end, tackle, safety. You know, I really like a safety that's still on the board.
I would take an offensive lineman.
I
don't know a single other tight end name in this draft.
There's not a trap. Don't even look for tight end. You're not getting a tight end. Travion Jenkins is the next offensive tackle.
Yep, that's who I hope it is for them.
I think it's going to be Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker.
No.
Travis Etienne. And just like that, Ben feels my pain. Back-to-back running backs, Ben. What the heck?
Oh, fuck.
And I don't really have words, man. That's terrible. I'm sorry. And what a reach. Neither one of these running backs had a first-round grade, and they're both gone.
What a stupid pick. They have James Robinson.
Yeah.
Which we're not talking about this part very much, but in fantasy, I had James Robinson in a couple leagues, and that just completely diminishes his value.
Yeah. So there's 7 picks left in the draft in the first round. I mean, so the number 12 overall player is on the board. The 17 is on the board. The 23rd is on the board. 24. 26. And we are at the 26th pick, so it'll be interesting. 6 now Alabama players have gone. That is pretty interesting. How much farther does Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah slide? How much farther does Trevion slide? Do we see another wide receiver go in the first round? Greg Newsome is the next cornerback on the board. Trevor Jenkins is the next offensive lineman on the board. Christian Barmore is the #1 defensive tackle. He starts to slide into this conversation. Asante Samuels Jr. is the #5 corner on the board. He's rated as the 34th best player, but he quickly is all of a sudden in the conversation. Javonte Williams, #3 running back, is now on the board in the conversation.
Well, he's definitely not being taken at this pick. The running back is not.
Probably not. Who do you have the Browns taking?
I think the Browns need cornerbacks.
I got bad news. There ain't very many of them left.
They still have Denzel Ward. They're pretty good on their defensive line.
So
they have
NFL
they have 2
Network
edges.
says they need an edge, a defensive tackle, and the #1 2 needs. Edge and
Yeah, I think I would prefer they went with defensive tackle. They just picked up Clowney, which I know he's been pretty up and down over the past few years. But he's across from I can't remember their main defensive end now.
1 second.
Anyway, they have a really great defensive end.
I only got 3 cold Mountain Dews left, bro.
Oh no!
I got 12 cans chilling today cold. Killing trash. Gotta shrink the trash can. Browns pick is in.
Mm-hmm.
Browns pick is in. You think they're gonna go cornerback or defensive line, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Maybe they go Jeremiah. Do they need a linebacker? I don't think they do.
I don't think so, but
Best player available.
they got a pretty overall solid team. So
Yeah.
best player available may not be a bad way to go.
Or draft Christian Barmore, defensive tackle, Alabama.
Yeah, I like those 2 options.
Yeah. Travis Etienne, Najee Harris going. I'm sorry, bro. That's tough.
Oh,
Jaguars. Why Jacksonville?
that was so stupid.
Jacksonville. Man. And if you're Travis Etienne, like, you're not happy about it either.
No, someone else is already there.
You don't want to go split carries.
Oh, it makes me so upset.
Javonte Williams, North Carolina. That's your next shot. All right, here we go. Here we go. I think it's fun. There it is. I think it's funny. Your TV is like 3/8 of a second faster than the TV in the room. I went to your channel so I could see it when you were seeing it. I think they're going to go Christian Barmore, Alabama. That's who I would pick. No, they could go Vernon Tucker. I mean, pardon me. Also, could go Jeremiah.
I want him to go. I want him to go Jeremiah since he's the best player available right now.
Number 12 overall, best linebacker. For me, best linebacker in this draft. Notre Dame. Come on, Maya. Tell him. And
they're pretty excited. Oh, Greg Newsome. Hey, a cornerback.
Greg Newsome,
Nice.
Northwestern. Well, Newsom is a great running back, great cornerback, 24 overall, according to ESPN, ranked 90 overall. And that means the next quarterback is Asante Samuels Jr. No reason for the Cowboys to trade back into the first round. That's how I wanted them to pick up. And that means, Ben, the Baltimore Ravens now up. We still have the 12th overall player, the 17th overall player on the board. Let's take a quick break here. We'll come back and let you guys know who the Ravens picked. All right, picks in for the Baltimore Ravens. Todd McShay showing his team needs. Wide receivers number 1. Could this be when Ole Miss's wide receiver falls off the board? Man.
You're gonna be that or a tight end. Hey, yes, Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman.
Nice.
Minnesota. Well, that's good. The Ravens need another weapon.
I mean, kind of. They don't utilize the one they have right now.
That's true. But they had so few yardage to wide receivers. I'm not that surprised they went Rashad Bateman here. So you know what this means, man. The Saints, Green Bay, Buffalo, they're going to steal great players. But I mean, there's no reason why Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still on the board. There's no reason why Travion is still on the board. I mean, they're going to just come in here, and we're going to look back and go, oh, well, that's not fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who I want to take Jeremiah. I don't know which rich team I want to get richer.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now too. Buffalo is filthy good. They don't need any help.
No, and them being, a division rival, I can't help but also cheer for them.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's fun to watch. I love Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't need any more help, but they definitely could have drafted Elijah Moore here from Ole Miss and get a burner. 5'10", 180. He's a slot receiver with all the skills.
And they picked up, I think, Emmanuel Sanders to replace John Brown, and they still got everybody's favorite Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
So yeah, having Elijah would be pretty good.
I didn't think it'd take New Orleans too long to figure out who they wanted. I think we're going to see the slide.
What's up?
I think we're going to see the slide end right here. I think New Orleans.
Yep, they're gonna. I think they're gonna take Jeremiah, just best player available.
Yeah. You had a chance to pick up the best interior defense interior linebacker here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till maybe one day my team is the rich getting richer and not drafting for massive needs and then not even drafting the player they needed.
Man, that would be great. The closest that I felt is a couple picks ago because, as I mentioned before, I'm also a bit of a Browns fan. I like hard luck cases, and they were the hardest luck for a while.
They are.
So yeah, I look forward to that feeling with the Jets. That kid looks so young.
He is. I think he's 19, 20.
I know, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we keep getting older, but it does feel like they keep getting younger.
Yeah.
Which some of them are. There's a lot more juniors and sophomores going in the draft these years.
Yes. Third-year players are big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I think the Saints are going to draft Jeremiah. I think the Packers are going to draft Elijah.
Probably so.
They've been needing a replacement to be the second wide receiver for a very long time.
They have, yeah.
None of their other guys have really cut it.
I was talking to a Cowboys fan. He said, man, I don't want to draft a cornerback because every good cornerback we have, we let leave. And well, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, the second starting cornerback is now getting paid bukus of money to play for somebody else. But corners are paid so much money right now. Like they're getting quarterback money.
I mean, like 4 or 5 of them are.
And Byron Jones got like a 5-year, $70 million contract or something.
What?
And he had
Guess I missed that one.
What's up?
So I guess I missed that one.
Hold on. So see if I can't find this. So Chidobe Awuzie signs with the Bengals. Let's see if I can't find it. 3-year deal. 3-year deal were 27 million. They made him over $9 million a year. Chidobe Awuzie. We're not even talking about a good quarterback. Best for the Cowboys, but not even a good one.
I stand corrected.
It's just amazing what they're paying these guys. And I don't mean that like in the sense of like athletes are overpaid. I just mean by position, I'm just shocked at how much. Yeah.
Well, as we were saying, like when we were talking about who should what position should I don't remember. We were talking about what position should someone in the NFC East draft.
Yeah.
And we said it should be a cornerback because of all the good wide receivers.
Yeah.
But that's the whole league.
Yeah.
As the wide receivers get better, we need better cornerbacks.
So Byron Jones got a 5-year, $82 million deal to leave the Cowboys.
Man.
Yeah. How do you
I missed that?
How do you keep him? I mean, that's just crazy.
Well, you keep him short term is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you got him for the couple of years you got him, and then that's it.
All right, we're back, and the Saints pick is in.
All right.
Yeah, talking about old Drew Brees being retiring and being, arguably one of the best quarterbacks to ever be in the league.
Hard to believe that he was too small to play.
Right? So was Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Goodell is up there.
Let's see.
They have picked Peyton Turner, defensive end.
Turner, defensive end, Houston. Huh. I
Wow.
don't have words, bro. I don't know. That's a head scratcher.
I gotta tell you, I'm getting kind of tired of saying this one's going to be Jeremiah.
Me too. I really don't understand what's going on. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose some research later on and find out like this guy's in jail or something. Won too many speeding tickets. So Peyton Turner is considered the 9th best defense end in this draft.
Yep.
Is a 73. Is the 73rd best player in the draft, and has an overall rating of 76.
Wait, I'm sorry. He's the 9th best defensive player, but 73rd best player overall.
He's the 9th best defensive end.
Oh, wow. So you're saying this was a bit of a reach?
He is a 3rd-round player. That's why I didn't know who he was. So players that they could have taken: Ronnie Perkins out of Oklahoma, who's considered the 36th best player. Joe Tyrone out of Washington, who I have as a 3rd-round grade, who's considered better. Jason Owen, who I actually had going to the Packers right here, who's an 87 overall. So I'm really shocked. There's also Gregory Rousseau, who has a 1st-round grade. So this was a shocking pick. I don't really understand this pick, but okay. Great pick, Saints. I appreciate you.
Adam Schefter reports Aaron Rodgers tells some at Packers he does not want to return to the team.
Yeah, that's the reason why we've been talking about quarterback trade all night.
I know, but still, like, just it bears repeating.
It does. How does this happen, Ben? Like, how do you essentially run off the greatest quarterback not named Brett Favre to ever play for your franchise?
Man, I don't know. He seems like a pretty even keel dude for the most part. I mean, he's a weird guy. He's really weird, but he seems like an all right dude. To where like it should be like, yeah, just give him wide receivers and he'll be happy.
So you know the craziest part of the story? Aaron Rodgers went to apply for a job today. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
There's an opening to be the Jeopardy host.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers went to the job interview.
Yeah.
From all indications, he is their pick if he wants the job.
I saw that, and that really upsets me.
Because that is not like you film the entire season in an afternoon. This is a job for the rest of your life every day.
Yeah.
And
personally, I want Jordy LaForge.
Yeah.
I want LeVar Burton. That's who I want to do Jeopardy, but they didn't ask me.
I really think he's gonna be the guy.
I'm worried that he will be.
Because if you look at how much money and how not little work, you know how much money, how big of a name Tony Romo has now than when he played, and how much younger he looks. I mean, you can just see the stress just melt off this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the Packers have ran off a franchise quarterback by drafting Jordan Love, who, by the way, played 0 snaps last year.
Yep.
And I just feel bad for that lady wearing the number 2 jersey because I just think they've made a horrible mistake.
So, do you think they're going to take a wide receiver here to make Aaron Rodgers happy, or are they going to piss him off more and take Jeremiah? Because it just showed that they need linebackers.
I would take Jeremiah, but
what?
Oh no. Eric Stokes, cornerback, Georgia. Oh. I told you this is where weird stuff happens, man.
No. I told you a minute ago that I can't help but cheer for the Bills, but I did not want them to get Jeremiah.
So Eric Stokes is the 10th best corner in this draft. I had him with a 3rd or 4th round grade.
And he's and this is like the 4th one picked, right?
5th one picked, yes. But there were several still on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, Asante Samuel Jr. is sitting there screaming at the TV right now. So why did they go with Tyson Campbell? This is not the best cornerback on his team. I mean, Tyson Campbell, to me, is a better corner. So is Elijah Molden, by the way, out of Washington. And I can't even say the kid's name out of Syracuse. Ifantu Melifuru. Melifonwu.
Like I said, I learned how to say everyone's name on draft night.
Kelvin Joseph. I even like Kelvin Joseph better.
This just in from Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
He says ETN will be used as a 3rd down back.
What?
Why would you waste a 1st round pick on an ancillary piece?
Hey, why would you draft a linebacker when you just signed linebackers in the offseason? I don't know, man. I don't know. So this is what I've learned, bro, is that some teams build their team in the draft and some teams build depth in the draft.
I get it, but their team sucks.
I didn't say it was right.
They didn't need depth at running back. They needed to let the Jets draft him. But anyways,
they needed to draft Jeremiah, Travion, or Elijah Moore, or Traven Jensen.
they need to draft a lot of other people.
All right, so here we sit, man. Here's where we're sitting at right now. The number 12 overall player, Jeremiah Osu. I can't say anymore. Koromoa, still on board, number 12 overall. Travion is the number 1 safety on the board, number 17th overall. Elijah Moore, number 4 best wide receiver, number 90 overall. Christian Barmore, number 1 defensive tackle on the board, number 89 grade overall. Aziz, not spelled the same, A-Z-E-E-Z, Aziz. Ojuari, practice this and still fucked it up. Ojuari, number 2 linebacker, outside linebacker, and 88 overall out of 100. And now we have another Notre Dame player, Lehman Eichenberg, offensive tackle, number 5 overall, 88 grade out of 100. And then Asante Samuels Jr. I listed 8 players, Ben, but we only have 3 picks left.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is somebody is going to have a steal in the second round. There is going to be some players available.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, part of this is just crazy drafting we're seeing right now. Does Buffalo continue the march of the nuts, or do they pick a premium player? What do they need?
I don't think they need really anything.
Yeah.
Let's see. This says they need cornerback and edge. Oh, they need a running back. They need a running back real bad. I can't believe I didn't think about that earlier. Which their pick is now in. They need a running back badly.
So cornerback, edge, and running back.
Yeah.
So we're either talking about Javonte Williams.
None of those are Jeremiah.
None of those are Jeremiah.
None of them are.
The next edge is Ronnie Perkins, Oklahoma, or Joe Tyrone, Washington, or Jason with an
Well,
E.
they're saying now edge or running back or a tackle.
Tackle? This could be where Christian Barcel runs up. Not Christian Barcel. How about
maybe
Devon Jenkins? Devon Jenkins is the best player on that list. Defensive tackle could be Christian Barmore. I mean, the truth is, you don't need a linebacker. That's the reason. This is the reason I didn't think the Cowboys needed to draft Parsons, because those linebackers are deep in this draft
and falling.
Because really you don't need but 2 or 3 of them on your team anymore. Everybody runs a million wide receivers.
Yeah.
But maybe they're thinking about stopping the Giants, Saquon Barkley, because he is a beast and he will run all over you.
Yeah, but how often are they going to play?
I don't know. Maybe they just figured any stud was a better stud than they had. All right. Pick is in. Here we go.
Hey, defensive end.
Select Gregory Rousseau, Miami.
All right.
I like Gregory Rousseau. He's got a lot of get off the ball. I thought he played really well at Miami. The only problem I have with Gregory Rousseau is he's not as good as Perkins or Tyrone or Jason Owun. He doesn't grade as high as any of them. But
maybe he's like not pro ready right now. Is he like more of like smarter but will be better over time?
He's actually a weird athlete. A lot of people think he's too tall for the position. He's 6'7", almost 300 pounds. So one of the big questions is, does he have enough bend to maintain the position? I don't know. Is he more of a stand-up end or 3 technique? And
Okay.
that's a unique situation to be in. All right, well, we're gonna take a break, guys. Come back in a second. Drop your next pick to the Ravens pick. And here we go. Ravens are up. Goodell's walking the podium. This is the second to last pick. It's almost time to break down who we think won the first round. And as it stands, man, it's gonna come down to the Jets and the Jags in my mind.
Yeah, which is a little cheating just because they both have multiple picks.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely helping.
Oh wait, then that means there's another team that it doesn't have a draft pick because the Ravens have 2 picks.
The Ravens have 2 picks. Oh, sure do. Have to try to figure this out. Man, we're not very good.
Yeah, I try to figure it out on my own. Seahawks.
Yep, Seahawks.
Because they traded it to the Jets. That's right.
They did.
For a safety that I said nobody needs anymore.
That's true. That's true.
All right, they got
select
what?
Jason Owen. That's exactly who I picked. They would pick in my mock draft.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, he's not a linebacker he's a defensive end in my world. That's okay. He can be whatever he wants to be.
Makes him an even better pick then.
He does. Yeah, he's an edge rusher. Doesn't matter what position they say he is. He's a stand-up player. He's not a 3 technique. Comes off the edge. Jason Owen out of Penn State. Great edge. Played along with Parsons. Howell, New Jersey. Shout out to Blair Academy there. Not bad. Actually, a place we looked at for Lexi to go to if we stayed any longer. Jason Owen, 6'5", close to 300. He's a monster off the end. He's gonna just fill right in with Baltimore. Just another one.
Nice. That's great.
All right, so the Ravens. Let's talk about the Ravens for half a second, Ben. They kind of made a late splash. They went Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota. And now they've gone Jason Owen, Penn State. It's only important because they are, like you said, one of 3 teams with 2 picks. So of the 2 pick teams, let's rank them that way. Of the 2 pick teams,
Sure.
Jacksonville, Jets, Ravens, where do you put them at?
Go over who they each drafted again.
The number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence, was drafted by Jacksonville Jaguars. They also got Travis Etienne, who you love, out of Clemson. So that was, and then the New York Jets drafted Zach Wilson, BYU, and then they traded up for Elijah Vera-Tucker, guard, USC, number 1 guard in this draft.
And then the Ravens got
Rashad Bateman, wide receiver.
Right.
Minnesota, the number 5 wide receiver, and Jason Owen, the number 5 outside linebacker.
Well, looks like he's already going with the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers picks in. Give me. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers draft
Joe
Tyrone, defensive end or linebacker. Washington, another edge guy. Like James, that was fast. The rest of you guys can learn from them.
Wow.
Outside linebacker. So run on outside linebackers.
So you're telling me there's a chance that the Jets could draft Jeremiah?
So the Jets will have Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah or Trevor Mohoringe. The number 1 safety, number 1 inside linebacker, still on the board.
Or Jenkins.
Or they could draft the number 4 offensive tackle Tavion Jenkins, or the number one defensive tackle, Christian Barmore.
Oh yeah, or the number 3 running back.
Or the number 3 running back, Javonte Williams, North Carolina.
Oh, that's gonna be great. So, anyways, from the question that we were just asking, I'm gonna say the Jets win out of the 2 pick teams easily.
Okay.
They, of course, possible franchise quarterback and an offensive lineman that they definitely needed. I think the other 2 are a tie.
Okay.
Because, of course, Trevor Lawrence, but that was the first pick. Like, how, that's a huge leg up. And then they drafted a secondary running back, which I thought the position's already covered, so it seems like a really silly pick. However, the Ravens picked a wide receiver, which they already aren't using, and then they drafted not the best pick that they could.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they wanted a linebacker. We know there was a better linebacker on the board.
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
So, excuse me.
So honestly, I think I actually had to go the other direction. I think the Ravens won that. I think you're right. I think it's Jets, Ravens, Jaguars, and maybe it's because
just crazy.
Maybe it's because we all know the Jaguars were going to add the best quarterback in this draft. But when it comes to impact, the Ravens drafted a wide receiver, which they have to feel is going to change their wide receiver dynamic.
Hope so.
They have to, or they wouldn't have. They've got to believe they can finally get a wide receiver that is going to get separation for their quarterback. And they drafted Jason Owen, outside linebacker. I just trust that the Ravens linebacking core is just going to continue to get better. If that defense gets any better, the Ravens are going to just be they're already a team to reckon with. Getting that level of player and getting Rashad Bateman, a wide receiver, it just makes them I can't say better team because they're already an elite team, but it just adds more weapons to that franchise. And I feel like Jacksonville, like you said, they added a running back when they already have a starting running back. And they added a quarterback, but doesn't appear to me they can protect him. So that's where I got him.
Yeah, that's where I'm landing on it.
So is anybody else stick out to you? I feel like the steal of the draft was the Lions getting Penei Sewell at number 7. Or the Bears.
I would say. Yeah, those are the ones that I was thinking. I was thinking the Lions and the Bears were the next teams that I think win.
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry. I think that the Chargers won the draft. They got Rashad Slater, the number 8 overall player, at number 13. They didn't have to move up to get it.
Oh yeah.
That's a big one to me. I think the
Patriots
Eagles
were super lucky because they got the quarterback so late.
The Eagles made a big splash. They drafted Devontae Smith, number 6 overall player, at number 10. They did give up a 3rd round pick to get him, but in September, no one's going to remember the 3rd round pick.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still silly that they jumped up 2 spots for something they could have just waited for. You
have to feel like that the Patriots got more than lucky by getting Mac Jones at 15. That's who I've seen they won it from day one.
I pulled up the NFL.com's draft tracker.
Yeah.
And next to the Cowboys pick, it shows who had the pick previously.
Yeah.
Originally, it was San Francisco, which was traded to Miami, which was traded to Philadelphia, which was traded to Dallas.
Yeah, number 12 was bouncing around pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Nobody wanted it, and apparently the Cowboys didn't either.
So I do feel better about the Micah Parsons pick now than I did when it happened, because they got Micah Parsons and a 3rd round pick to draft.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And the way the board fell out, man, look at the 2nd round, like you were just saying, you're going to have a chance. Excuse me. You're going to have a chance at number 2 to pick any of a bunch of great players.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Cowboys can find a trade partner in the 2nd round to move up. Maybe Atlanta. and get Asante Samuels. Oh, goodness. And get Asante Samuels and solidify that cornerback role. That would be a good start. But again, overall, man, you got to feel thrilled if you're looking at this board and you're thinking the Jets might take Javonte Williams. So there is a chance that the number one linebacker, the number one safety, the number one defensive tackle, the number 4 offensive tackle. There's a lot of still quality sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Bolton is still there, who I wanted the Cowboys to draft in the second round. So to wrap this up, man, go ahead, man. Tell me your final thoughts, Ben. Let's get out of here. Call this a night.
I had a great time. I'm really happy with the picks by all of the teams that I follow naturally.
Yeah, sure.
They all did great. I'm so excited that the Bears have a quarterback.
Yes.
Fuck, so good.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works out better than, the past few guys. And yeah, I had a wonderful time. I look forward to breaking down all the rounds with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Pretty exciting. We had a lot of draft, a lot of trades, a lot of excitement.
A lot of fun trades.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers, man, we don't know what's going to happen with that.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
Aaron Rodgers just up in the air.
What if
We'll find out about the Jimmy Garoppolo trade, if that's going to happen now that they drafted Mac Jones.
Yeah. I mean, so interesting. Usually, it's a whole lot of hype and then nothing happens. This draft was just nonstop something all the time.
I was way more excited about this one than I have been in years.
Yeah. Very exciting. And I think that we were all just excited, man, that it just seems like I don't want to jinx it, man, knock on wood. I just feel like maybe, just maybe, Ben, this is the start to normalcy. This is the beginning of back to where life should be. Mm-hmm. I mean, to see Roger Goodell reach out to those players, to see faces, see smiles again.
Yeah.
I just feel like this was a moment that I don't want to say it was it united the country, but I can't wait to see how many people watch this. I feel like after so much turmoil in the last couple of years, this was a moment where people were just happy.
Yeah.
We saw stands, man, hundreds of fans cheering and yelling and screaming right next to each other, high-fiving. It's time to get back, man. I feel like this is the start of it. And
yeah.
I appreciated the very top right-hand corner where it said vaccinated. And my point for that is, if you feel like that's what you need to do, man, do it. I have mine. Pretty sure you already have yours. It's a personal choice. Respect each person's choice, but understand there's consequences to the actions.
I do not agree with you on this.
No.
I think it should pretty much be mandated that everyone should have to get it.
My point is, if you don't want to get it, understand there's going to be a different set of rules for you than the ones that do it.
Sure.
Don't be mad. Don't be jealous. You had a personal choice. You took it.
The Bills said they're going to be at max capacity this year, but only people who are vaccinated are allowed in.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't agree that children should get vaccinated yet, mostly because the vaccines aren't for children. I mean, all the ones I've seen have said 18
they haven't opened it up to any of them yet.
Yeah, 18 or over is what I'm saying. If you work, and this is probably way out of what we're supposed to be talking about, but if you work around people and you're not vaccinated, that's your personal choice. But honestly, I'm a little confused. Just me. If you're watching this and you're mad at me, drop a comment, tell me how I'm wrong. I will.
If you work around people and you haven't gotten vaccinated, I think that's extremely selfish because you're putting other people at risk.
I think at least it is very surprising.
And I don't care if anyone is mad at me about it.
I just meant, I know you're.
And it's your show, so I don't want anyone to be upset.
No, and I don't think this is a political conversation. I'm in Portugal, so I'm very confused on so many things. The States makes things political that I don't understand why they're political.
I don't know why it was political either. Just want the people to not die.
I get my flu shot every year, and I know people who don't, and I get it. But this is an opportunity, to me, this is an opportunity to where we can safely get back to normal life. Please, if you feel differently, awesome. We are not trying to influence you. I'm just happy that we saw an opportunity today to look more like 2019 versus 2020. I think we're all ready for 20.
Yeah.
Way. That's all I'm trying to say. Sorry I got off on that. Hey, like, share, subscribe. Tells me to go to bed. Tell me to need the haircut. Now he's got that shot. He can go with that mane cut off, Trevor Lawrence.
No, I'm just gonna go as long as until someone tells me I have to.
And she's in the other room, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, she's fine with it.
All right. Next show we should have Ted with us to help break these things down. We're hoping we can get old John in on this. But thanks for joining us, Ben. I really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. This was a blast.
Me too, brother.
Hey man, it's good seeing
Which
you.
we are brothers.
We are brothers. We got a little different hair. Mine kind of stopped growing. Ben's just kept growing.
It won't stop.
It won't stop. If you notice, I did my mock draft this morning. I had more hair. Tonight it is gone. So I learned something today. I'm gonna go toss this on. I learned something today. If you tell them that you want to high fade, shade the sides, they do not realize you meant like on a one. I look up and oh boy, with like a razor. Too late then. You're done at that point. Do your work.
It's a hell of a fade.
Yeah. He was like, okay, you want to fade to here, and I was like, okay, make a little line. And the next thing I know, he's got a razor blade, and I was like, it's not what I meant.
Too late now.
Too late now. English and that they don't speak English very well. It was a Portuguese nation. So it was interesting. It's kind of funny. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you, Ben. You guys have a good night. Hope your team drafted who you wanted. Be safe.